Welcome, fellow goofballs. Our live play-by-play coverage here. The Giants versus Buccaneers. Guys, we are just getting things rolling here, but I wanted to go ahead and get everything going here so we can get this started here. So, got to start off, of course, going over for you guys the injury report here going on. So, the big thing with the injury report is the fact that Kayvon Thibodeau, as expected, is active for the game. So, we're going to get our young pass rusher started here again for the season. And you also got Tristan Wirfs out. So that's an interesting kind of combination there. So you got pass rusher in, stud tackle out. I mean, that's a big thing there. The other big thing, though, is Mike Evans is going to be in for this game here, guys. So we're going to have to deal with that guy there, which is a big issue for Deonte Banks, who, of course, has been struggling all year. We're going to see what happens there. It's going to be a matchup to watch up, and to be very frank, a matchup that could very well change what happens in this game, guys. You never know. Like, this is not a very friendly matchup for the Giants whatsoever in that regards. Mike Evans is a legit receiver. He's a guy who throughout his career has dominated this league, and Deonte Banks has struggled big time this year, guys. So we're going to have to see how that works out there. Otherwise, there, guys, the Giants are coming in pretty healthy. Malik Neighbors will be playing. Dealt with the injury throughout the week there. He will be playing in this game here. And the big story, obviously, is, of course, the first start for quarterback Tommy Devito. Tommy Devito coming back. He is going to be, presumably the starter for the rest of the season there, as long as things don't go far, far south there for him. I'm kind of curious to see what this offense does, obviously. You got the receivers there have been, got a talented group now compared to the last couple of years. Obviously, again, Malik Neighbors, stud number one receiver. Wan'Dale Robinson's definitely had the drops issue this year there, but the kid's a 100 catch season guy all day long. Darius Slayton is Darius Slayton, a guy that averages easily 700 yards a season no matter what. And he's still got some hidden talent, perhaps, with Jalen Hyatt, who's been a huge disappointment as a New York Giant here so far, but who knows with a different quarterback what happens there. So, I'm curious to see really what Tommy Devito does. Tommy Devito is going to be a guy that's going to make or break the rest of the season for us here. And, of course, that could be positive. That could be negative, guys. I know a lot of people have been wanting Tommy DeVito to not succeed because they want that better draft pick. There's a lot of people that want Tommy DeVito to succeed just because they're tired of losing. They're tired of the losing, point blank. And you can't blame people on that. This is a team that has been losing for the better part of a decade now. And right now you got basically, guys that are playing for their lives, their Giants' lives. If things keep going south, do we keep Brian Gable as head coach? If things keep going south, do we keep Joe Shane as the GM? These guys are playing for something. These guys are playing point blank to continue out their career with New York Giants. And I'm not sure, how many of those guys stay or what's going to happen. I think that's going to be determined based on how the rest of these games go, guys. But we could be looking at some big changes yet again in the offseason here with the New York Giants, depending on how the rest of the season goes. So, I think this is a good litmus test. The Bucs are an average team, guys. That's what they are. They're a really good offense, a really bad defense. They are an average team in this league. So you want a litmus test, you want to go against an average team and see what you do. Here we go with an average team. And an average team that I think matches up pretty odd against the New York Giants. As I mentioned earlier, Mike Evans is a great wide receiver. He's going to be, I think having a field day with Deonte Banks all day today, to be honest with you guys. I hate to say it that way, but I do think that's what's going to happen. You got a Giants defense that has trouble stopping the run. You got Bucky Irving, probably the second best rookie running back there to our own Tyrone Tracy there. And he's been averaging 5 yards a clip with the running game here this season. So, it's a guy that keep an eye on. He's a guy that could tear up this defense potentially, though. Obviously that's not what I'm hoping for, but Giants fans were all used to thinking the worst case scenario because, let's be frank, that's usually what happens. And then, like I said, you look at it, Bucs defense here that has struggled against the pass, struggled against the run, and now you bring in Tommy DeVito, and he gets as good as a game as you could possibly ask for, guys, to go against for his very first start of the season here. The Bucs have made most offenses look good routinely. So now you get Tommy DeVito in there. You put him against a really weak defense. You give them a chance to kind of ease into the season, so to speak, there, and gain some confidence and get this team spirited around. Because that's what happens, guys. Winning's changing things. Winning makes you think all of a sudden that you can win. And sometimes what it takes is just a team that can't stop an offense for us to all of a sudden think that there's a chance to beat this team, So, like I said, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup overall. And I think the big story here that I'm really kind of shocked is not a bigger story than what I think it should be, is this game will also mark the return of Sterling Shepard to MetLife Stadium. Sterling Shepard is a guy that point blank has been a fan favorite for his entire time with New York Giants. He's a front office favorite as well. I mean, how many times have you seen even current people like David and Shane talk so highly about this guy? This guy's got future wide receiver coach with New York Giants written all over him. I fully expect when he retires and hangs up the cleats, there's going to be a job for him waiting at MetLife Stadium there. But this is his first game back, guys, to play against the Giants, to play in MetLife Stadium wearing an opposing team's jersey. And we talked ad nauseum about Saquon Barkley coming back, and obviously he got a lot of heat for it. Got booed basically every single time he touched the ball. Obviously, ended up having a great game against us too. But this is, I think, the reverse. This is a player that's going to see coming back to the Giants as an opposing team, and he's going to get all the applause, all the accolades, all the the fond memories coming back to the fans about all the stuff that man did for us during his tenure with the Giants. How many injuries did he come back from? I mean, major injuries, multiple ACLs, concussion issues, and he kept coming back. This guy's got some fight, guys. He's got a lot of fight and a lot of heart. And, he said he's definitely a fan favorite. And I expect fully that he's going to get, a very, very positive response from the fans here. That's obviously what I'm hoping for. He deserves it 100%. That man gave it all. And he's getting a little bit of success there with the Bucs right now. So, kudos to him on that. The Bucs obviously have been having issues at the wide receiver position. Obviously, you got the major issue there with Mike Evans being out for part of the year. He's coming back now. Chris Godwin is out for the season. So, people have had to step up. And he's been one of the guys that has stepped up, has been Sterling Shepard. So, he's a guy that you expect to see him today. He's going to be, probably like third, fourth receiver on the team. So he's not going to be a starter. He's not going to be a stud on the offense there, guys. But you're going to see him. You're going to see him there. Mike Evans will be number one, obviously. Jalen McMillan, the rookie from Washington, is going to be a decent part of the offense here probably as well. And Cade Otton, their tight end, who's actually leads the team now as far as active players, for both the catches and receiving yards right now. When you take Chris Godwin out, he's actually still the team leader. But again, he's out for the year. He's not going to be playing. And now you look at what's going on now with Tristan Wirfs being out. So that's going to be a big issue there. That's this kid. Remember when he got drafted the same year as Andrew Thomas? He was part of that big year, 4 tackles there with them, and he was the guy who was considered the best until Andrew Thomas all of a sudden started turning around and doing his thing there. So we'll have to see who is going to be starting in his place. Justin School is probably the guy who's going to be doing that. Former 49er. He was a 6th-round pick back in 2019. So obviously this is a guy that, you don't necessarily expect a ton of. But he's listed number 2 on their depth chart there. Got 280 snaps so far on the season right now. 4 sacks allowed. Got a 70.0 PFF grade. So he's not exactly embarrassing himself, but he's definitely also giving up a lot of sacks. So again, couple the losing of Tristan Wirfs on this offense for the Bucs, and couple that with the addition of Kayvon Thibodeau coming back from his injury. And guys, this is going to be an interesting matchup, I think, really, for the Giants in that regard. I expect, we've gone down to number 2 now in sacks in the season. I fully expect us to go back up to number 1 after this game. I think that's going to be one way that the Giants are definitely going to succeed. It's going to be based on the sacks. Because again, this is a team it's been average, offensive line for the Bucs there this season. But now that they've got Tristan Wirfs out, you take their best player out. Things change. Look at our offensive line since Andrew Thomas has been out. that is not going very well, that's for sure, for the New York Giants. So, I fully expect that there's going to be a drop in their ability to go ahead and play well as an offensive line here, and the Giants are going to take full advantage. If there's one thing the Giants have done that well this year is get to the quarterback. So this is going to be that game where we're going to get to the quarterback. So, and that's going to help because field positioning is going to help our offense. And like I said, that's the biggest thing that's got me pumped this game, guys. I want to see what does Tommy Devito do for this offense. What does having Tommy Devito do to change how this offense functions as a whole? We saw it happen last year. Actually, Coach Dable said he's a spark plug, and he was a spark plug for this offense. This offense all of a sudden got rolling, and he started off a little weak against the Jets there last year. Had the big game, the big win against the Packers, got a little confidence, became a little bit of a celebrity in the New York area for a few months there. And I thought if he was 5 minutes of fame, I guess he's going to extend that 10 minutes of fame potentially here with this second season of him getting some starts as well. But that's what I'm most pumped to see, because we're going to find out a very important thing here over the next 7 weeks of football here, guys. We're going to find out how much of this offense and the woes of this offense was Daniel Jones and how much of it was Coach Brian Dable. He gets a lot of credit for the stuff he did in Buffalo. And, Rob and I both said it here on the show when we first started doing the show, a couple of years ago, that, Dable gets a lot of credit for what he did in Buffalo. And he deserves it. He was part of that, obviously. But he also failed miserably as an OC in Miami, Kansas City, Cleveland. It's not like he got his first shot and just hit a home run here, guys. So, I'm curious to see, because I think sometimes he gets a little too much credit for what happened in Buffalo. He kind of got that title of being a QB whisperer after one success and multiple failures. So I'm not so sure that it was a validated thing to give him there. But I like what he's done with the team overall as far as with the locker room. There's been a lot of losing. He's kept this team going. But he is an offensive guy. So if the offense doesn't get things going now with Tommy DeVito in there, that's an issue. We're going to have to wait there a little bit to see what goes on there, because the Giants are about to kick off to the Bucs. So we are going to start off on defense here. Graham Gano is running up right now, and the kick is up. And it's going to be, it's going to be right out the back of the end zone. So let's see if we find out pretty early on what's going to happen with this Bucs offensive line, guys. Again, for those of you guys just tuning in, Tristan Wirfs out for the game. So Kayvon Thibodeau back in. So definitely a strength for the Giants here, having their full pass rush ensemble here, if you want to call it. And then, like I said, having now a weakened offensive line to go against it. That's been an average offensive line, but you just took a major cog out of it there. So, all right, first play, Baker Mayfield goes up to throw. Ooh. Kate Otten dropped the ball. That would have been a decent first down there for them, first down play, but we're off the bat. So, going to have 2nd and 10 here for you guys. And this is, I think, a good test for this Giants defense here at Baker Mayfield. He's been on a tear, guys, this year. You don't think of it as a tear, but it's look at the stats, look what he's been doing. This defense is what's holding them back. So 2nd and 10 is Andrew Rescue's ball. Bucs have the ball here, so we're at 2nd and 10. Baker Mayfield in the shotgun formation. There we go. First completion is to Sterling Shepard. No response, positive or negative. So at least not booed. That's the big thing. So, but yeah, got 3rd down. Again, Justin School, as I mentioned before, I said he'd probably be the one starting. I can confirm that now. He is starting for Tristan Wirfs there at left tackle. We got 3rd and 3, guys. And this is where we got to see what happens with this pass rush here. Like I said, I expect this pass rush to be winning this battle here today. Baker Mayfield again in shotgun formation. 3rd down and 3. And it's going to be a first down, guys. Jalen McMillan, first down. Probably got about 5 yards past it there. So, there's 12 yards. He was wide open. Wide open, guys. Justin Pinnock's the guy who brought him down. So we got 1st and 10. Baker again in the shotgun formation. Empty backfield. And they're making some adjustments here. Shad White's in the game. He's going as the running back, and they're going back on the center here. And play fakes. And then, Evans wide open against Banks there, guys. Going to get about 9 yards, or they might give him the first down. They give the guard the first down. I wasn't sure. He came back a little bit there, but they are giving him that first down, it looks like. Yeah, he had wide open guys. There was yards in between him and Deontay Banks. Like I said, that's going to be a matchup to watch today, guys. That's Mike Evans is a pro's pro, a true veteran. Remember, he was from that OBJ draft class. He's been around for a while. And the guy's looking to tear it up because this is his first year. He's not on pace for 1,000 yards. And it's not because of lack of playing its abilities, it's lack of playing itself there. First, second, and one, they're getting actually. So Rashad White loses about a yard. So it's going to be a 3rd and 2. They had signaled first down, but I guess they took it back there, which I thought initially I said that was going to be what it was. I thought it'd be a 1 yard. But yeah, Giants stopped the run for once. That's always good to see. So we got 3rd and 2 coming up. And they're showing Kayvon as he's back in his first game since that wrist injury. Let's see here. So 3rd and 2. I mean, I got to think there'd be a run there. They got Irving there, but no, they had empty backfield. Ooh, they're going for passes. I'm telling you, they're going to attack the secondary field. Just the vibe I get. Oh, there we go. Now they adjusted it. You got to call a timeout, but they adjusted it. Play on the fly. The Rashad White was lined up as a wide receiver originally, and they moved him back to a running back. There's been a lot of plays and a lot of shifting going on by the Bucs here in this first drive, and I can tell you, living in the Tampa area, I get to see a decent amount of Bucs games, and I got some buddies of mine that do the Bucs content creation here as well. This is a lot of motions there. Something tells me that they've seen something with the Giants, or they're just trying to see if they can take advantage of a young secondary. Deontay Banks, just 2nd year. Tyler Nubin, 1st year. Jason Pinnock, when he's 2nd year starting. You got Drew Phillips, obviously rookie. So a very, very young secondary. And either they're seeing something they think is a weakness, or they're just trying to test out a young secondary and see what to do with crazy motions and that kind of stuff. All right, again, guys, we got 3rd and 2 here going on. Let's see here. And here we go. Running. Oh, as usual, Giants have trouble running there. There we go. Let's take a look here. All right. So, yeah, first down we're going to have here. Again, this has been a problem all year, guys, for the Giants. We cannot stop the run. Cannot stop the run. I mean, they need 2 yards, and they definitely got much more than that, guys. So, we got 1st and 10 here for the Bucs again. And see here, got Baker's under center there. Quick pass to Sterling Shepard is going to get hit right at the line here. That's a good play sniffing that out. And that is on Banks. As much as we give Banks a lot of heat for the mistakes he makes, and trust me, he makes enough mistakes to give him the heat. That was a good play by him. So let's see. Hopefully that's a start to kind of gearing in this Bucs offense, because right now they're running down the field on us, guys. And you'd like to be able to give the ball back to the Giants to 0-0 and not put that much more pressure on Devito starting here. Again, shotgun formation, 2nd and 9, they give him 1 yard. Baker definitely had pressure, but it's a screen. It was a screen all day long. Got Bucky Irving there getting the screen. Going to get about 8 yards on there, so we'll have about 3rd and 1. That's what they keep on doing, guys. They're not getting big plays in this as Bucs offense, but they're just chip, and easy, quick 3rd down there. But this was a obvious screenplay that we should have been able to sniff out. I'm kind of shocked that the Giants fell for it as bad as they did there, because that was pretty obvious. So 3rd and 1, guys. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Baker's under center. Sean Tucker is the running back there, and he's got the pitch, and he's up. Ooh, that's going to be close, but it went out the outside there on the left-hand side. I'm trying to see where they put this at. But, yeah, 4th down, guys. 4th down. And that's about the 29-yard line is where they're at, guys. So, keeping the offense on the field, though. So, it's going to be about 4th and, like, half a yard. They're calling it 1, but it's like half a yard. And Tampa Bay's been very good, guys, on 3rd and 4th downs this season. So 4 of 7 on 4th downs, they're showing the stat here on TV. This is big. This is going to set the tone. Baker's in the shotgun formation too, but it's tight with the receivers against the line there, so it's going to be a run. And Tucker got it. He got like about a yard and a half on that thing, guys. So, yeah, first down. Another play again. You should have been a sniff out a heartbeat. I was about to say it's everybody's inside. You can tell what's going to happen. It's going to be a shotgun handoff at that point to Sean Tucker. But Giants again just having trouble seeing things and sniffing things out and getting it done. So, all right, 1st and 10 here. Baker under center. Got Bucky Irving in the backfield there. Let's see. This pass rush, you got to get in the backfield and start doing something, guys. Play fake, and ooh. Bucky Irving got the ball, but only about a 2-yard gain. Nothing crazy. Newman gets credit for the stop there. Micah McFadden finish it off. Got 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9. And that's the thing. The Giants have been good on first down on this drive. If you look, it's been 2nd, 3rd down. They've been having issues there. So, not they said over one good stop, but it's nice to see it. But, it's got to be followed by a second nice stop there, But Brian Burns did get a little bit close to Baker on that one. So, all right, we got a run and Rachaad White. And, yeah, he's just hurtling over. Woo! That's going to be a first down. But I'm saying first down, guys, we've been not been our issue. It's been 2nd, 3rd, and all those. But yeah, hurdled. Woo. That's not what you want to see there. Not a highlight reel play there. That's Cordell Flott being hurtled over, by the way, guys. Tyler Newman was in the vicinity, but he was going towards me. He's the one that held on his legs. Woo. Rachaad White's usually more the short down back kind of guy. The guy's been, the raging bull kind of head of steam kind of back. So it's kind of shocking to see that kind of athletic play. Irving, oh no, he's got a big play coming here. Catches the ball. He's trucking along. He's going to get down to, are they giving him? They're going to give him just short of the goal line. Ooh. That was just a quick toss play there by Baker over to Bucky Irving, who got it right down. Almost got it. It was almost like a tush push towards the end, guys. They were just pushing along, trying to get him. They stopped him at the 2, but he was still trucking along, and they got him down about the half-yard line. That was real close. Woo. Again, guys, you got a really good offense here. Really good offense. And, they're doing their thing against the Giants defense that has had trouble really starting the, to stop offenses here. Sean Tucker goes right in, 1st and goal, gets the touchdown. Nice, simple run in the A-gap there. Woo. Yeah, guys, like I said, this is unfortunately what I'm kind of worried about today happening with this Giants defense. They've had trouble against, the run. The Bucs have no problem running the ball. They've had trouble against with top receivers against, Deontay Banks. Again, Mike Evans is a top receiver. This is going to be a brutal day, I have a feeling, for this defense. But the big thing is, can the Giants offense get something going with Tommy DeVito? So we got the extra point coming here. About to snap it off. Here we go. Kick is up. And, of course, kick is good. So Giants down 7-0 early. Definitely not the start you want to have here against these Bucs here. So, but now we got the big story here. What we've been waiting for all week long. You can say all year long, technically. Daniel Jones out. Tommy DeVito in. And now we have finally a chance to see what this offense can do without Daniel Jones being blamed for all the issues. We're about to find out how much is this on Daniel Jones, the way this offense has been going, and how much this is on Brian Daboll, or how much is on the lack of talent overall. I have a feeling we're going to get a better offense, guys. But Tommy DeVito, let's be honest, he's not a Pro Bowler. He's not a legit star in this league. This is, I think it's ridiculous if we're going and they're expecting a 30, 40-point output week in, week out for the Giants now that Tommy DeVito's in there. Great story, don't get me wrong, but this guy's a backup all day long in this league. And now he's going to find out what kind of backup he is the rest of the season. Is he a guy we can keep around as a quality backup to whoever we draft or whatever veteran we sign or trade for? or is this a guy that doesn't belong in this league really? There's a kind of that fringe player, like could be in the league, could not be in the league. And none of that stuff would shock me either way. Either one's a possibility. You can look at this kid and like easily say he's a legit backup. He's a good backup to have. But he's also a guy you could say, it wouldn't shock me if he's a fringe NFL player. Last year was kind of just that, great season he was going to have for him at least. Not great. That's a great season overall, but for him, he got a 5 minutes of fame. He got, a lot of personal appearances. A lot of temporary fame, especially with that primetime win against the Packers. But Devito is a guy that I don't think we fully know what he is yet. I don't think we figured that out. And I'm glad to see him starting over Drew Lock. I was hearing a lot of reports this week that Drew Lock has not looked good at all in camp and practices, and that's why he's getting the start over Drew Lock, because Tommy DeVito has outplayed him in practice. And I heard a lot of people talking, smack about the Giants for this. Mark Schlereth went off about it. I got a lot of respect for Mark Schlereth. I like him. He just kind of says what he thinks and doesn't care. But he was dead wrong in that, because if that's the case, you put the best guy. The mistake you could say is the fact that Drew Lock was still the backup for the rest of the season. Maybe it was the Giants trying to save him some, embarrassment. Hoping he turned it around, hoping that whenever they had to make that move, if they had to make the move of getting rid of, getting rid of Daniel Jones, that they would be able to go ahead and put Drew Lock in there. But I guess that didn't happen. So, all right, guys. So, yeah, that drive, by the way. So, just Sean Tucker's second career rushing touchdown, guys. And like I said, you got now kickoff starting as the Giants are about to get the ball for the first time in the post-Daniel Jones era, guys. And so that's definitely the story of this whole thing. So, Tommy DeVito walking out of the field, and Giants fans are probably the most cheerful that I've seen them all year long right now as DeVito gets in. And everybody in the stands doing the hand signals and all. You see some guys definitely excited about this, but like I said, I don't. This is just a temporary sideshow on the way to the final solution, guys. All right, so we're starting off at the 30-yard line. DeVito under center. I'd be shocked if it's not a handoff. And it is Tyrone Tracy getting, whoa. Tracy getting about 16 yards in that first clip there. How good has he been? And Rob and I talked about it going into this game. This is going to be partially a matchup of him versus Bucky Irving as well. I posted a lot on social media asking Giant fans who they preferred, Bucky Irving or Tyrone Tracy Jr. And I was pleasantly surprised that a lot of the Giants fans were very pro, having Tyrone Tracy, which, Giants fans, we don't always love the one we have. But in this case here, it seems like the fans so far are embracing him, which is good. He's been really good for us. And another run with Tracy. This one's not as good. This is about a yard or two, and that's it. 1 yard, they're saying. So let's see what happens here now. It's maybe 2nd down and 9. Maybe DeVito finally gets a chance to actually throw up a pass there. It's crazy that I'm watching this show in the starting lineup too. They get 3 rookies in your skill positions. Your top receiver, your top running back, and your top tight end, all rookies. That's actually a scary yet promising thing, I think, for this team. A lot of youth. If you need bad, at least be bad with youth. It's promise there's a chance to get better. Here we go. DeVito goes, and it's a keeper. And he's going to get a yard, and that's it. Ooh, that's just, I don't understand it. If you give this kid a chance to start, though, let him freaking throw the damn ball. Now instead of putting him in a 3rd and 8 situation, guys. We said it. Like I said this during when the Bucs had the ball. The key of why they kept the drive going is they had short 3rd downs. Instead, we're just, and you can't run up the middle, guys. Vita Bay's there. He's a really good defensive tackle. He's not Dexter Lawrence, but he's definitely that really good category there. All right, shotgun formation, 3rd and 8, obvious passing down. Got people coming everywhere at him. Ooh. Everywhere at him. Kalijah can't see. The baby Aaron Donald gets him. So, yeah. Guys, guess what? The Tommy DeVito era so far looks a lot like the Daniel Jones era, huh? 3rd and out. Oof. Well, it's not third now, technically. We had the one run with Tyrone Tracy. I'll correct myself there. But yeah, one really good run by Tyrone Tracy, and then 3 plays, and that's it. And honestly, again, you can't wait till third down to let Devito throw. That's some BS. You put him in a scenario knowing Andrew Thomas is out, where everybody and their mother knew he was now going to have to throw the ball. Had to be no chance. We do 3rd and 9, you're gonna or 3rd and 8, you're gonna what? You're gonna try to run the ball. I guess crazier things have happened with the Giants. Fair catch call by Palmer, by the way, at the 16-yard line. So decent punt, at least by a Scottish Hammer. But yeah, you got to give a chance for Devito to actually do something. You can't wait till you have to pass the ball and then pass the ball. That drive, and granted, it's the first drive, things will change. That drive reminded me a lot of the Jets game, when they were afraid for some reason to let DeVito throw the ball. And again, he's not the greatest quarterback. I'm not trying to say he is, but you can't play scared. It's what we did with Daniel Jones. And I understood that with Jones to a certain degree. I didn't like it because if you think he's the best quarterback and you think he's a good quarterback, they'll let him throw the damn ball. But that's where we're at again now. We have another quarterback that we're putting in here that we're not giving him the chance to succeed right now. If that's the game plan, is to run, only pass when we have to, it's going to be a long game. I said it's early. It's early. That's only 4 offensive plays. But when you wait till the very last moment to finally throw the ball, that's an issue. So hopefully that'll change and hopefully that'll get better there. But now instead, because of horrible play calling in that drive, we're going back to the Bucs getting the ball again. Granted, they're a deep, bad position to start off with there. But the Bucs are going to get the ball again. And they're going to get the chance to go ahead and score again on this team and put this team, farther up. It's a bad showing. It'd be nice to get the defensive break, that's for sure. Spaz says, "What's up, Joe? What's up, Spaz?" We got Dinballs, says a Giants fan. I'm from UK, a Broncos fan. What's up, man? And Will Hunter says play by play, nothing here you want to watch. I'm talking about the Giants and how bad they're playing. Yeah, they've been playing pretty bad there. As like I said, it's been a rough season so far. Like I said, I'm hoping beyond hope somehow that all of a sudden having DeVito, I don't want to say turn it around, but makes it not an embarrassment at least. That's all I'm asking for. Is that crazy to ask for? Just not be embarrassed by your team? It's just, yeah. Spaz says, if I'm mayor, I would get rid of JS. Joe Shane, I'm guessing you mean there, Spaz, which, yeah. I've been calling it for this week. Quite frankly, I wasn't a big fan of him ever since Hard Knocks. I think he came off like a pompous ass who thinks he knows everything. Especially when he bashed Saquon Barkley. It was just classless. And then now you go ahead and you got the situation, the debacle the way he handled with the Daniel Jones situation. So, all right, 1st and 10. Going to be fake the handoff. Baker Mayfield going off to, looks like Evans for a first down again. Like I said, Evans is going to be open all day long, guys, against Banks. Evans is just a much better player. So, yeah, 13-yard catch. And then that, just a slight push off at that point to Banks. A classic veteran move, and Banks just couldn't handle it. But Evans is also a big receiver, guys. He's a big guy, for at least for a receiver. So, all right, 1st and 10 again. Baker under center, got Bucky Irving in the backfield. I can see the number 7 there back there. And it's even the run. I think it's about 3 yards, it looks like. So I'll take that. But Spaz says, I didn't want him when we were in the hiring process. Honestly, I don't pretend to sit there and know guys who are assistant GMs of the teams and stuff like that. I know he was a well sought after player, so GM candidate. So I'm not going to knock them for the hire, but yeah, they did a great draft this year too. So I can't say it's all negative. But the first 2 drafts were horrendous, I thought. All right, 2nd and 6. They actually gave him 4 yards for giving him. That's a pass in the flat there. Micah McFadden stopped Bucky Irving and was this close to catching it. But yeah, he dropped him as a hit there, so we have 3rd down. And this is the key to the Giants defense, guys. This is what we couldn't do that first drive. You have to get them in 3rd and long situations there. You really reduce the chances of a team that is one of the best on 3rd downs from completing if you go ahead and stop them from getting a short third down position. So 3rd and 6. Let's see here. Let's see if this pass rush can do something. It's going to be the key to the game, the pass rush. All right, let's see what we got there. And it's going to be, oh, there we go. There we go. That was Tyler Newman. I'm trying to see there. Yeah, Tyler Newman on Mike Evans. And just put his hands out there and tip the ball last second to prevent that first down completion. Because it would have been a first down completion had he not done that. And that was excellent, excellent coverage by Tyler Newman. This is the reason I was excited when we got him in this draft. He was the best safety prospect in this draft by far in my eyes. That's a spectacular play. Absolutely spectacular play. The only thing he's been missing so far his rookie year has been the turnovers. I mean, that's what the Giants are missing all. Like 1 interception on the season. And that's from our linebacker, Musa, the 6th-round pick. It wasn't even from one of our corners or safeties. As we get the punt back there, and somewhat of a return there, I think about 27. Spaz says, him and Dable not bad, but they bring an ego bad stance organization, but we'll see what happens at the end of the season. Like I said, I think part of the problem people run into with these kind of situations is there's healthy ego and there's unhealthy ego. I'm okay with healthy ego, but I do think that Shane has an unhealthy ego. You know, the way he was all about like, oh, this is older running back. He's got a lot of miles on him. Blah, blah, blah. Like when he was on camera, like don't do that when you're on camera. If you want to think that stuff, say it behind closed doors. You know, he just wanted to publicly say these things because in my eyes, he thinks that, you know, Barkley's not himself anymore. And he wanted to be able to publicly say it. So when it happened, wherever Barkley had gone, because obviously at that point, Barkley was still a free agent, that he could have later on said, oh, I called this. I said this. Remember, I said this in Hard Knocks. And obviously, again, that's not something he would have said publicly either, but he could have had it in private conversations. Or at least he would have looked like a genius because the pundits would have like, oh, look, Joe Shane said Barkley was done. Look what he's done. You know, but now you look at everything he did there and look at the embarrassment we had for this organization this week with the whole Daniel Jones thing. Like that should have been all figured out before we even announced that Daniel Jones was sitting. You guys had a week to figure this out. It was a bye week, remember last week, guys. You had a whole week. You had 8 days even, because it's Mondays when they announced it. You had 8 days to figure out what you're doing as far as Daniel Jones. And the best you can come up with is just sitting him, signing a quarterback to prevent him even being the emergency quarterback, and then putting him as a scout team safety. Absolute embarrassment. And I'm telling you, this is something that's going to come back to haunt us in free agency. Because if I was an NFL free agent, I see the way that Joe Shane talked trash about Saquon Barkley. I see the way that this organization treated Daniel Jones. The guy's not a good quarterback, but a guy who busted his hump for 5.5 years with us. I wouldn't want to come to the Giants. Point blank would not want to come to the Giants. Now, if there's a different GM, maybe a different situation. But I'm higher on Dable than I am on Shane, to be honest with you guys. And it's just because of the fact that I feel like he hasn't lost the locker room. I feel like the team has still tried to win. You know, and that's something. That's something at least. I even was curious about, you know, giving a promotion to Brandon Brown, the assistant GM, and letting Joe Shane go. And that way keep the band somewhat back together. But I do think that Joe Shane has been the problem. Look at how even talked to John Mara. John Mara was like, you can tell he's nervous. Like, oh, I don't hate to see, you know, Joe Shane, I would hate to see Saquon Barkley succeed elsewhere and stuff. And he just kind of like dismissed him. All right, Tommy DeVito started the second drive of his season here. And, obvious, screen to Theo Johnson, broken up, sniffed at immediately. Levante David was all over that play. Looks like Jermaine Illuminor has a quad injury also, guys. He is questionable to return. That's definitely not good. So you got Chris Hubbard going in on there. Oof. That's not good. Let's see here. 2nd and 10. Tracy gets the ball and does his thing. Gets like 4 or 5 yards. How bad would this offense be without Tracy the last couple weeks, guys? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's looked bad regardless, but. And Tracy comes out immediately and Devin Singletary comes in for him. 3rd down and 6. They gave him 4 on that. So you got Evan Neal on the right side, though, guys, and Chris Hubbard on the left side. This is a recipe for disaster. The Bucs beat Arto in an obvious blitzing situation. This should be a quick like slant route or something. Take advantage of the aggressive defense. There we go. Devito over to Wan'Dale Robinson, who caught the ball, but he's a yard short of the sticks. Point blank, they just didn't have a chance to even get the ball that deep. Let's see. Dable's got the offense back in the field still, though. But yeah, DeVito didn't get a chance to get that done. You can see he had people all around him at that point. If he held on to the second, that would have been a sack. If he took the last second, he had a clean pocket pick and made the throw. A great catch by Wan'Dale Robinson, who's had issues with it all year long. 4th and 1. Here we go. This could put them in a really bad position if we don't get this first down, guys. DeVito off to. Oh, that's going to be close, guys. That's going to be right there. That moves. Ooh. I think it's going to be first down. It's going to be really close, guys. Ooh. Wan'Dale Robinson, by the way, guys, on that run. He did end around, going around, taking the ball, going off to the right between the guard and the tackle and the B gap there. And let's see. Instead of an announced first down first down for whoever, they have the sticks coming out to measure. Here we go. I think this is going to be a first, though. Something just tells me it's going to be first. Hopefully I'm right. Maybe it's optimism. It's not. It's not. Oh, my God. Like one chain link, guys. Wow. Like one chain link. Ooh. I don't understand. Why do you do a trick play in a 1st and 1 like that? You have a really good running back. Like, that's what you do. Just give your running back the ball and gets you 5 yards a clip and let's just do it. Like, that's just insanity to me. This is, not a good start to this Giants offense, guys. And this is making me think more and more that if this continues, it's going to be it's time. Dable's got to go then. If that's what we're doing, 4th and 1. When you shouldn't be doing a 4th and 1. You're already down by 7. You just gave the Bucs. You gave the Bucs the ball back now at the 38-yard line, and you're doing a trick play. A trick play. You got a rookie running back who's getting 5 yards a carry, and you're like, let's do a trick play on 4th and 1. That's some stupidity right there. I'm sorry. That's just they're getting too fancy for their own damn good, these Giants, and it's absolute stupidity. So now they're giving the Bucs the ball back, and it's not difficult to at least get a field goal here real easy. So 1st and 10, Baker in the shotgun formation hands the ball off to Bucky Irvings, and they get a couple yards. Looks like maybe 2-3 yards tops. Armand Watts with the stop. Finally, I think he's been a decent addition to this defensive line, by the way, guys. He hasn't been a stud. I'm not trying to suggest that, but he's been a decent addition, I think, to this defensive line. He'd be someone I'd be kind of curious to keep in next year as a depth piece there. But yeah, guys, am I the only one who thinks that? Like, craziness. Like, you literally have a 4th and 1. 4th and 1 with a running back that averages 5 yards a carry, and you're like, let me do a trick play. Let's do an end around. Like, how much has that worked out this year for us, guys? We've done a few with I remember, come to mind with Malik Neighbors specifically, and they just haven't panned out at all. Like, I don't get this at all, guys. I really don't. This offense is just keep it to basics. You got a guy who's an undrafted rookie free agent last year, a quarterback. I know he had some flashes last year. Again, everybody's kind of excited to see what he can do. But yeah, this is bad. You keep it simple at that point. You just do what you have to do to get the first down. But you also don't even go for a 4th down when you're already down by a touchdown in that scenario. That's like stupidity, guys. Like I said, Shane's already lost me, but those are the kind of moves that make Dable lose me too. And I said it before, it's kind of hard to get rid of Shane without getting rid of Dable in my eyes. The two are kind of attached to the hip. The only way I can see it happening is if you just go ahead and promote Brandon Brown and make him from the assistant GM to the GM. He's a very well thought of guy in this organization and throughout the NFL. But if this is the kind of thinking that Dable thinks he should do, is when you're already down by a touchdown and you got a 4th and 1, and what is not a dire situation, you should just go ahead and keep the ball and then run a trick play instead of going ahead and just running the ball up the gut for the 1 yard. Yeah, that's a really bad sign for what is going on in Deeble's head. And it makes me wonder when they say he's coaching for his job, that if he is, he's getting overly aggressive, hoping for the best, and that's not good. That's not good. So anything that just tells me more and more that he's not the guy. Those are the kind of moves. So, but instead now you got the Bucs in easy position to get a second score and put the Giants down by even more. Whereas we could have punted the ball away. And listen, Scott Chandler's been good for the last year and a half now. We could have punted the ball away, and he's got a hell of a leg, and put them down on the other side. I don't get the risk was not worth the reward. What happens if we get okay? Now we got the 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Like, does that really get us anything? We're still 70 yards away from a touchdown. We're still nowhere near a field goal. Like, there's risk you take that makes sense, and risk you take that don't make sense, and that's the risk you take that don't make sense. So 2nd and 8, guys, as we start the second quarter. See Baker in the shotgun formation, got all the time in the world to throw it. He's going to run for it. Oh, no, he's decides to toss it instead. Mike Evans, who's wide open again against Banks, down to the 10-yard line. Ooh. Like I said it in the pregame, guys. I really was hoping to be wrong, but Mike Evans is just so much better than Banks. Not even funny. I mean, he's wide open. Yards of separation. Like, I could have made that catch. Absolutely ridiculous. We got to figure a way to stop Mike Evans, point blank. He's already started to take over this game. Wide open whenever they want to throw the ball. Except for the one time Newton was on him. Should give that credit to Newton. So 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. I guess the 9 3/4 yard line, whatever you want to call it there. Bucky Irving with the run. And stopped. Micah McFadden stopped him right at the line there. No gain of the play. Be nice to stop him for a field goal. But I'll tell you right now, if the Giants are even close in this game at all, when it's all said and done, I will remember this drive, and I'll be flipping about this drive in the postgame. Because we shouldn't even be in this position. We're only in this position because of Brian Dable's stupidity. And he's the one that made that call in the end. And if he didn't make the initial call, he's still okay that call. But he calls the play, so I have to assume it's on him. Mike Irvin's out of the game this play here. That's a good thing for the Giants. At least 2nd and goal. Got Baker in the shotgun formation. Quick toss to Bucky Irving as the wide receiver. But, yeah, he's down to the 1-yard line, guys. Oof. 3rd and goal at the 1. They're called dibs already. This will be a touchdown. And they've been using Irvin like crazy as a receiver so far in this game. Again, I got to wonder if they've seen something here at this Giants team, because it's been weird. He's a running back. They play him as a wide receiver. He's getting plays. Oh, they got Vita Vea now in the backfield. Defensive tackle playing the bridge role as a fullback. This is going to be an obvious run there. As I said, run. Sean Tucker, fumble, ball's still out. Baker got it. He's getting tackles after trying to get back up and running about the 4-yard line. So, that ball was sitting there forever, guys. That thing was popping around, rolling around like crazy. Okereke got the ball out. Things just flopping around there for a while. And yeah, that's a little crazy there. Armand Watts, the guy, by the way, who noticed that Baker was going for the ball, and he's the guy who again stopped Baker Mayfield, who's going to try to run it. So instead, he got a quick, easy, simple field goal for the Bucs. So, at least the Giants did something good there, I guess. They stopped the Bucs from scoring. So nice, simple field goal. Should be a nice and simple 3 for them. Yep, and there we go. And Bucs are up 10-0. So, alrighty. So now we get the ball back with the Giants there, and I want to see some positivity in this offense. That's what's got me so negative, guys. This game at this point, I'm seeing the same issues that we had with DJ now with Devito, and like I said, my main issue right now is why the hell do you go 4th and 1? But regardless, they're not giving Devito a chance to throw the ball down the field. Throw the ball down the field, guys. It's stupid not to do it. You have great receivers. You have a quarterback who's not afraid to chuck it. Give him a chance to do something. And I know the line's going to be an issue now. Jermaine Illuminor, he's out. You got Chris Hubbard at the left tackle position. That's an issue, obviously. You're going to want to go ahead and put a guy like Chris Manhurst on there, that left-hand side, to help him out. You got to hope that Evan Neal can continue the good game he had last week and do his thing, even though that's a lot to ask for. That's his first good game he ever had as a Giant, it feels like. But you got to do something here. You can't sit here and do short passes and short runs and not get first downs and expect to win. That's not going to happen. That's not the way football works, guys. So, you got to give Tommy DeVito a chance to run the ball. And just for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like the Giants want to do that. So I'd like to see, Malik Neighbors get involved. I know obviously he was hurt to start the week there. But unless he's a pure decoy, which I have to doubt they put him in if he's a pure decoy, considering the season's over. Doesn't make sense to risk a bigger injury. Though I guess with the Giants, who knows, anything's possible. But you gotta do something here on offense. You gotta create a spark of some kind. That's what they said they brought DeVito in, was to create a spark. So give him a chance to spark. You're trying to snuff him out with this play calling right now. Give him a shot. And if you're not going to give him a shot, then you shouldn't have put him out there. You should have gone ahead and just said, you know what? We're going to put Locke in there and just give up on the rest of the season. Putting DeVito in there instead of Locke was a cry for trying to salvage some kind of respect for the season, guys. You did not put Locke in there and create that kind of controversy just to be fun. I've heard people talking about how there's the money aspects. Obviously, Drew Lock has some incentives in there. If anybody thinks Drew Lock was really getting that incentive money, I got a bridge to sell you. Because it's BS. He already missed 10 of the 17 games. If he had hit those incentives, that means he'd been playing balls to the wall and he deserved that money. He's going to get 2,500 yards in 7 games. That's not going to happen. He's definitely not getting the Giants to the playoffs. Some of those incentives are based on the playoffs. In their eyes, Tommy DeVito gave them the best chance to win. And I don't disagree with that. Tommy DeVito does give them the best chance to win. But he doesn't give them a good chance to win if you're not going to go ahead and let the kid ball. If you're going to handcuff him with this BS play calling, you're going to have a problem. So let him go. Let's see what happens, and let's see if we can get something going. If we can't, at least you know what you got with DeVito. All right, so we got shotgun formation for DeVito, 1st and 10. Wandale in motion. And here we go. Give him a chance to throw, but he's getting sacked immediately, guys. Ooh. Yaya Diaby. Anthony Nelson. 6-yard loss. Ooh. Yeah, he held on the ball way too long. Tiki's giving him crap for on the telecast there, but held on to the ball way too long. The guys were coming, and this is something we talked about last year with the Giants when he was playing. A lot of sacks because he wasn't throwing the ball away in time. But this time he's got to learn. Sometimes you learn by fire. I'd keep it going. I wouldn't give a damn. You get nothing to lose. And they are keeping it going. And there we go. Quick toss out there to the flat. Eric Gray gets about 3 yards in this. So Jalen Hyatt, by the way, I saw him running by. So Jalen Hyatt was in the field. We thought that we might see a little more Jalen Hyatt now in these games. Now the season's pretty much over. So 3rd and 13. All right, so let's see what happens here. This is what I want to see. I want to see a deep ball at that point there. He's got the time to do it, and he's getting around, moving around, because nobody's open, guys. He's going to run the ball, get a couple yards, and punt to live another day. The time was there. So there was just nowhere from I love that the telecast actually show us the receivers in that play, because I'm curious to see if somebody was open and DeVito didn't see him. Here we go. Neighbors, like double covered, nobody open there. Let's see. Hyatt covered, not open. They show those two. But again, Hyatt's not. And this is the problem that I have with putting Hyatt in there. Hyatt's not good at getting open. If he is open, he's the fastest guy in the field when he gets the ball. But I feel like if you put Hyatt in to see what happens with Hyatt, not giving yourself the chance to do anything. You're not giving yourself the chance to go ahead and see what you got in this offense if you're just putting people out just because they're young. Hyatt has shown nothing to the Giants this time here. He's a good receiver. He's somebody at the end of the year, honestly, I wouldn't mind just moving on from, basically. And I guess maybe that's what their thought process, too, as well, is saying, you know what? We may want to move on from Hyatt at the end of the year. Let's see what we got in him. To me, I'd re-sign, go ahead and re-sign Darius Slayton and just move on from Hyatt. It was a chance. You took a chance at a guy who was electric in college. Either one of two things is going on. Either they don't know how to coach him up because he hasn't done Nike, or he's just that guy who's a good college player that just can't make it in the pros. It was a college system. They played in Tennessee. It was definitely not a pro system. It's not like you're seeing guys excel from Tennessee from that system right now. So maybe it's just a time to move on. And move on and realize that was a mistake and that was a bad pick. That happens. And I say bad pick, not that I'm bashing Shane for that. There's plenty of picks I can bash Shane for. That's not one of them. You took a shot in a guy that was a risk or reward kind of guy. Rob and I talked about him leading up to the draft. We said it was basically a one-trick pony that would be a project. Sometimes projects work, sometimes they don't. But there were some people who had him as elite first-round pick, and you got him in the middle of the third. So I can't complain of the pick, but sometimes you also got to move off a pick. There's only one thing worse than making a bad pick, and that's holding on to that player for too long and, taking out the quality of the team just to try to validate your pick. Sometimes it's just a bad pick, and you got to move on. And that's what I feel like is going on with this Hyatt pick here. It was just a bad pick, and the Giants just got to move on. So, but now the defense gets the ball back. I'm not sure what to think of this defense right now because honestly, I'm looking at what's going on, and I'm going, you know what? Offense can't get anything going. Offense can't even keep the opposing offense off the field. They've given up 10 points so far, but they put in bad positions. The one touchdown's on them, obviously. The field goal, you can't put that in the defense. That's a defensive win, actually, guys. I hate to say it that way, but it is. I know they gave up some yards there, but this Giants defense got put in a position basically to score a field goal almost off the bat there. Teams don't get the ball at the 38-yard line and not get any points typically, especially not good offenses. And this is a good offense you're facing. This is a very good offense that the Bucs have. So my bigger concern is the fact that, again, it's a very, very bad defense that the Bucs have too as well. And the Giants can't get anything going whatsoever. All right, they go right back to the mid-play at that point. Baker's running around like crazy. Oh, my God. Wow, that was a play and a half there. That was Payne Durham with just amazing leap there. Again, they went to a mid-play. Baker was running all over the place. Got a flag in the play, though. Okay, they threw a flag for legal contact, but determined he was out of the pocket, so that was okay. But, yeah, Baker was under trouble. I didn't see the beginning of the play because for whatever reason, CBS decided not to show it, and he was getting out of pocket. So, looks like Joe Tryon, Shanka, it was the kid from Troy who kind of rose up draft boards a couple of years ago. Has been a disappointment at Tampa. He's going back to get checked out by the medical team, so at least the Giants will have one less defensive player to deal with there from the Bucs. That's disappointing by the CBS people at that point. Like the play is literally about to start, and you just keep talking instead of throw it over back to the play. Well, they want to talk about Tiki and Rondé because of the whole Giants Bucs thing here, but all right, in shotgun formation, it's going to be a run to Bucky Irving, who got caught by the jersey there, but ends up getting about 7-8 yards. Again, sloppy tackling by the Giants in the run game. Nothing new to see here. So Tennessee is actually up the show right now on the Titans, by the way. On the Texans, by the way. That's kind of crazy. And so I'm kind of hoping though, Titans are one of the guys we're fighting against for that one of the top draft picks there. It's be nice for them to win if we do lose. Movement there. Looks like it'd be a false start there because typically when there's that much movement, it's on the offense. Yep. That's Ben Bredeson, the former Giant there. You know, I remember him, former Raven, was on the Giants there for a good 3 seasons or so, I believe. He's the guy we haven't really talked about. There's being a comeback to the MetLife there. All right, 2nd and 7. And it's going to be handoff to Bucky Irving. And again, being dragged around. Adoree Jackson, shockingly enough, is the guy who actually went in there, ran up for the tackle. That's not a usual Adoree Jackson move. He's just so much smaller. He's kind of got dragged around a little bit, but that probably prevented more yards because it gave a chance for somebody else to get over there and finish the job. So I'll give a little kudos to Adoree Jackson, at least going in there and taking the hit. That's not like him. He's the last guy you want going against a running back usually. So 3rd and 4 we got here. 3rd and 4. As our TV series is 2nd and 4 because the CBS crew is horrible apparently. Baker Mayfield going for it, tossed the ball and ran for it. He got the first down. They get about 3 or 4 more extra yards. Chased down by Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons get a little trash talking by the Bucs there. Get a little angry with him for how he went after Baker Mayfield. Listen, if you don't want your quarterback getting hit, don't make him run. Don't make him run. It's as simple as that. You know, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's Baker Mayfield for you, though, too. He's that guy who's going to go ahead and get any extra yards he can. So you can't blame a defense for wanting to stop him as best you can. You know, like that's what you're supposed to do. That is your job. So. Oh, you know what it was? It looked like Baker kind of snapped the ball afterwards, right at Simmons, and then came back at him talking trash too. So that got Simmons going too. That's Baker though. Baker likes playing with that chip on his shoulder like that. You know, I ain't gonna hate it. I ain't gonna hate it. Baker back for a big pass there. Ooh, Kate Otten wide open, guys, going down to the 10-yard line. Tyler Newman on the coverage there, at least get him down. I'll look at the all 22 or the view of the receiver at that point as they're about to show that potentially. Here we go. Yeah, either that was a zone play, he had to come back to it, or somebody messed up on coverage because there was nobody on him. So Newton was coming to cover in the flat and had to run back over to Otten at that point. He was wide open. So it looks like it was just a gap in the zone coverage there. But yeah, wide open. Wide open, guys. That's the story of this game. There's been people wide open all day long. All right, so we got 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line. Baker Mayfield chucking the ball. Mike Evans wide open. Going to get the ball to about the 11. So only 2 yards. And they're talking about the fact that the Bucs OC is being looked at as potential, potential head coaching candidate. That's an interesting guy I haven't thought about. So Liam Cohen is his name there. Let's see. I'm curious to see because Dave Canales was a guy credited for what he did for Geno Smith in Seattle and also last year with the with Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay. But Baker has looked better. Bucky Irvin runs it right for a touchdown. So, yep, this is turning into a blowout really quick, guys. Really quick. But let's see here. So prior to the Bucs last year, he was an offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach at Kentucky. He was also the Rams offensive coordinator. So that was after Kevin O'Connell went to be the head coach at Minnesota. He was offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Kentucky again before that as well. And so this is a Sean McVay guy. Interesting. That's a guy I hadn't thought about. But it's a good point. You got a really good offense here running. Liam Cohen, maybe you got to watch out this offseason. The Giants, I think, will probably look at an offensive guy to be their next head coach if they do fire Brian Dable, because let's be honest, we're probably going to get a quarterback in this draft. So why not get a guy who can do good at developing quarterbacks, you know? But yeah, 17-0 now, Bucs. My pick of hoping the Giants would actually show some balls and do something good is not definitely working very well, that's for sure. As I'm really getting text messages from coworkers talking trash. Again, I live in the Tampa Bay area here. I live over in Clearwater. I work down in St. Pete, so it's definitely not a good way this game's going. That's for sure. So, All right, but Giants do get the ball back again. I mean, at this point, guys, let's be honest here. This game's probably over. I hate to say it that way when it's not even halftime yet, but can we get something going on offense at least? You know, Dakota says, "LOL, what an embarrassing organization." Yeah, Dakota, you're not wrong. This is an embarrassment the way this is going, and it's funny because I've been talking to the buddies at work all the last couple of weeks. They're saying, this is basically a bye week for the Bucs all over again. It's like back to back bye weeks because I was kind of thinking they were going to run all over the Giants, and then we got Tommy Devito. I was like, okay, maybe that'll create a spark. Maybe that'll do something a little better. Yeah, it's just not good. And then Dakota says, with another quarterback, we have 7 or 8 wins. Well, yes, I'm still saying it. I will still say that, Dakota. Tommy DeVito is not the other quarterback I was mentioning. I was mentioning a legitimate starting quarterback in this league. Let's be honest and say that Tommy DeVito is not that. He is, at best, a backup quarterback in this league. That's what he is. So, we need an actual starting quarterback. And then we'll see what happens. And we're going to get one next year. It's just matter of who. I don't know who. There's so many options. It's way too early to tell. We're going to draft somebody probably. We'll see if we trade for somebody, get a veteran. If we had, and I'll use this as a name because he's been a guy they've talked about quite often as a trade candidate. Let's say Matt Stafford, for example, because the Rams clearly want to move on from Matt Stafford and get a young quarterback here. We had Matt Stafford, we would have 7, 8 wins, guys. I'll still say it because this Giants team has had a lot of close losses. So, as he says, the way this Giants management dealt with this whole Jones thing has been ridiculous. 100%. And then we talked about it before during this. This is an absolute embarrassment, the way they handled the Daniel Jones thing. Again, bad quarterback. Bad quarterback. I'm not a Jones guy. Bad quarterback. But the guy busted his hump for us for 5.5 years. And I got paid very richly for doing it. I know people are going to hate him for that. But any of us would take the money. He busted his hump for us. And they just embarrassed him publicly this week. Absolutely embarrassed him. And I feel bad for the kid. I really do. Granted, it's easy to cry in all the $100 bills stacks he has going around his house, probably, but it's still a human being. A human being that we've all been had a job before. We gave it our all, and then realized the job doesn't give a damn about us. That's what basically was this week for him. That was this week for him. A guy who fought through injuries, dealt with all the BS, kept coming back, dealt with fan issues and stuff like that, and then comes back to realize the team just didn't care about doing right by him in the end. And you should have released him right off the bat. So, all right, we got the next drive here. It's going to run for Tracy on about a yard. Diaby with the stop, but yeah, so still got Chris Hubbard, by the way, guys, the left tackle position. So definitely this line is dealing with some issues. Remember, guys, we got Tyree Phillips this week here as well. So I think that the issue is going to be he's going to get a little chance to get ready, get started again. But if Jermaine Illuminor is out for a while, I would not be shocked at all to see Tyree Phillips next week at the left tackle position. So Tracy, here we go. Gets about 10 yards. Actually, about 9 yards, I should say. Second and 9. Okay, they gave him 1 yard shy. The third down of 1. It was 8-yard run. We got to give Tracy his props, guys, especially what he's dealing with his team. This is a guy who's dealing with an offense that can't get anything going, yet he keeps going. He's a big, big positive. Tiki just called him one of the positives. He's a big, big positive, guys. I mean, leads the rookies in rushing yards, has been doing 5 yards a carry. And again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We tried that 4th and 1, which I still disagree with. We should have had Tyrone Tracy in there. By the way, they've now given him first down on that. And now given him the first down. I thought it was close to that first down. His knee, I didn't think, was quite down when he moved forward to get that last drive, but they were saying initially it was. So first down for the Giants. And that's, I think, only our second first down of this game. That's how bad it is. And both of them been Tyrone Tracy runs. That's kind of sad. Really sad. And woof. All right, for some reason, there we go. So they're starting a commercial while the game's still going on. The CBS crew, bad, man. 1st and 10, here we go. DeVito back there running the ball wide open. Theo Johnson, he's going to get a good close to 20 yards, probably just shy of 18 yards or so, 17. Oh, they gave him 23 yards. Okay. My math was a little off as I'm trying to count as he's going. But yeah, big play. Theo Johnson, who I'm curious to see what he does the rest of the year. I feel like he's been open much more and be used much more than he was at the start of this year. This is a guy that you barely saw the first couple of weeks. And, he's had some good games, some bad games. He's had that one game with three drops. But yeah, that was a big play. All right. So you got I formation. There we go. Singletary getting about 2 yards. Daniel Bellinger was in as the fullback on that play, by the way. Seen a decent amount of that in this game. Here we go. So second and down, 8. Minutes to get the silent for talking about all the rookies. Again, it's a pretty crazy thing. I think it's one that does make this job somewhat attractive. We do have to get a new quarterback. It's a new coach and GM. Is you're starting off with the best receiver and best running back from this draft. That's not often you see that. All right, so you got DeVito in the shotgun formation. Oh, he's going to get sacked immediately. That was Vita Vea again. That was bad. That was real bad, guys. That was not even close. They've had a chance to set his feet and from his backing up into the pocket there. Is this at the replay here? So Vita Vea just literally pushed over John Michael Schmitz and went right into Tommy DeVito. That was an embarrassment. This is like we're seeing now what teams feel like when they face Dexter Lawrence. I told you guys in the pregame and in the preview episode we did, Vita Vea is a beast. 3rd and 16 now, guys. Pressure. He's got it. Got the ball out. Throwing it away. Ugh. Getting a couple of good plays, and then 4th and 16, and all we can do is run the punt again. You can't go for it on 4th and 16. Sacks just killing this team right now. But I had to be positive. It's probably the best drive we had all game, guys. It's not saying a lot, don't get me wrong, but that's the best drive we've had all game. And then Dakota said, why play DeVito and not Locke? It's because Locke looked bad in practice, looked bad the 2 chances he's gotten to go into games, both in preseason and in the regular season against your Eagles, Dakota. So Bucs will start at the 14-yard line. Another good punt by the Scottish Hammer. But 3 minutes left in this half, guys, and 17-0. Yeah, not good. Not good, guys. That's for damn sure. So maybe if anything, it's just a chance to look at Liam Coleman as the next head coach potentially. It's definitely not good. Because they looked pretty good last year starting for a backup. Do you mean Locke as he started a couple times for Gino, or do you mean DeVito when he got to go in when Tyrod Taylor got hurt? Either one. I mean, like I said, it's just a matter of who looked better in practice. The Giants staff is really coaching for their jobs right now. So they're going to do what they can to try to get a win, but that's what they thought was the best they can do for a win. They thought that he gave them a better chance. I agree with it. But yeah, with Illuminor being out now and we got both backup tackles in there, not good. Couple that with the fact that Daboll's definitely made some coaching issues in this game here. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the move to go for it on 4th and 1. That was a stupid move and gave 3 points to this Buck team that didn't have to give them. I'm not a fan of the passive play calling they started this game with. This was the first drive that actually let DeVito throw down the field, and it was our best drive. Don't get me wrong. Still, it was no point, so it's not like it changed the outcome like that. But that was the best drive we had. And for whatever reason, instead of, going ahead and doing something productive on offense, the first couple of drives, it was very, very passive. So, you can't blame a quarterback for not being able to chuck the ball if you don't give him a chance to chuck the ball. We're not going to give him the best shot still with this offensive line the way it is. That's a crappy thing. But, guys, this is, again, a very bad Bucs defense. And they're looking like the 2000 Baltimore Ravens against us. Not good. Not good the way we can't get anything going. I think this is, like I said, we said it's be a good litmus test. for how this Giants team would do against an average team. Again, great offense, bad defense, they're an average team. Well, if this is a litmus test, guys, we failed so far. And barring any kind of miraculous comeback, which let's be honest, 17 games what the Giants typically score per game. So I don't expect a big, comeback in this whole game. But barring that, we have failed this litmus test. And I'm getting more and more on the side of time to clean house. Because this is embarrassing, and I'm tired of being embarrassed. All right, so Bucs gonna start their next drive here. As again, they almost missed the play because CBS is too busy giving commercials and talking to themselves. Baker Mayfield starts off the bat with Bucky Irving getting the ball in the flat, and he's moving around, shaking around. He's free, and he's off the races, guys. Oh my God, that is a massive play by Bucky Irving there. Absolute massive. So a 32-yard gain on that pass in the flat. And all of it was just a lack of people staying in their lanes because everybody went to go onto the left-hand side and no one was covering the middle really. And Bucky Irving just great vision to go ahead and go where he needed to go. Again, Adoree Jackson, by the way, guys, the guy who got him down. Adoree Jackson's got a lot of crap in his career for not attacking and tackling correctly, and deservedly so. In this game, that has not been the case. 1st and 10 now, about the 46-yard line. Baker Mayfield fakes the handoff, toss the ball. Tucker, obviously wide open, gets about 7 yards. And guys, that's a sign when you see people being wide open like that, by the way, that defenses are kind of giving up. I'm hoping that's not the case, but like I said, I think it's going to start getting time to look at what to do this offseason to clean house. The way this is going, it's getting time to have that conversation. And I made the suggestion of maybe keeping Dable and promoting Brandon Brown. If we wanted to keep Dable, the way this game's going, I'm not going to want to keep Dable. I want to start fresh, start new. And I'm curious about Vrabel. That's the thing I'm really curious about if we do go a new coach. And I know he's the defensive guy. I said before, the Giants will probably bring an offensive guy in. But I wonder, Bill Belichick obviously is floating around there. I don't know if he really wants to be a head coach or if he'd be interested in being a front office position. But what if you bring in Bill Belichick in the front office position? Bring in Vrabel to be the coach at that point there. And maybe you bring in a guy that's of that Belichick tree, like a Josh McDaniels to be the offensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach, guys. Let me get that right off the bat. Horrible head coach. But he's not horrible necessarily as an offensive coordinator. So, I'd be curious to see that potentially. And I know the Belichick tree has not exactly been successful. And a lot of people have attributed a lot of the Patriots success to Brady as a result. But I'll tell you this, at the very least, that crew is not going to embarrass the hell out of this organization. It's kind of a safe pick. And I think Josh McDaniels is the guy who can develop a rookie quarterback. I think that Vrabel is the guy who can control the locker room. You put him back, into a position where he would have more control than he had in Tennessee, which is one of his issues. I think him and Belichick would work pretty well together at that point there. Shane Bowen can stay as a defensive coordinator in that position as well. Mike Kafka, the day after the last game, he's out the door. He's like Wayne Barton. He's on a plane to Florida. He's out the door the second he can be. Mike Kafka is not happy with the Giants. It has not been for quite some time. He's going to be a free guy at the end of the year there. He's going to be like Dobby giving a sock at the end of this whole thing. So let's see here. So going back to the game here. Again, about to lose the first play here because the CBS crew is doing horrible. 2 and the 2nd and 3 there. So Baker in shotgun formation. Got a running back next to him. I can't tell which one. I got to imagine it's going to be Bucky the way he's been playing. And he's got time. Guy's just sliding right on by him at that point there, and he just throws it away, throws it in the area. Jalen McMillan, the kid from Washington. But guys, this pass rush has not looked good in this game. Not at all. And like I said, this guy's sliding past him like crazy off the side of Baker, but he had all the time in the world to throw. All the time in the world. So let's see here what we can do here. We got third down coming here. Third down and 3. I expect a short pass or a run here. Bucky Irving is off to the right side of Baker, while he's in shotgun formation. Bucky Irving's going to the flat, but nope, they're going for got Palmer, Trey Palmer, the kid from Nebraska. As Raheem says, Giants look worse. Fan out there booing. I would say worse. They look the same as they've looked all year, guys. They look pathetic. I don't think there is a worse. I don't think there's a worse. As Giants call a timeout, so we got a second. But, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I'm crazy of that. But I don't think the Giants look worse. I think they look just as bad as they have. They've been an absolute embarrassment all year long. Like, is there anywhere to go but up or stagnant at that point? There's nowhere further down to go. So they're sitting there at crap. Like they've been. Absolute crap. They've gotten to the point where this is the most embarrassing franchise right now in this league. I think the only team that could actually sit there with us as potentially the most embarrassing is the crosstown rival, the Jets. The only difference with the Jets and the Giants is that the Giants, a lot of people saw this coming as not a good team. I won't say this embarrassing, but not a good team. Whereas the Jets had a lot of high expectations this year with Aaron Rodgers coming back from his injury. Defense had looked good, prior. And they've been absolute embarrassment there. But, this is a team that's looking more and more like the first pick might become their favorite. Things are going, guys. And this brings up the question more and more. If we get that first pick, second pick, we can go ahead and get a Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders at that point there. Do you really want to keep Dable and Shane then? Because to me, honestly, getting that kind of pick makes me want them less. And the reason I say that is because I think this is an attractive spot for somebody to come in. If you look at the fact that we're going to have a top 2 pick potentially, get one of the 2 big quarterbacks. You have Malik Neighbors, the best rookie wide receiver in this draft. You have Tyrone Tracy Jr., the best running back rookie in this draft. Though I'm still curious to see what Jonathan Brooks does, one from Texas, once he gets going. But you have Theo Johnson, who's shown promise as a rookie tight end. And you got a line that before Andrew Thomas got injured was looking better. If I'm an offensive-minded coach, guys, this is a team that's really got me intrigued. And I'm going to say, listen, Brasilla's done good in his first year. Has some injuries that have kind of derailed some of his successes, but he's looked good in this first year. Let's give him another year with these guys. Give him one or two more bodies in there, and let's get it rolling. Like I said, I do think there's some light at the end of this tunnel. But in the meantime, it's a very dark, long tunnel. So, as Jonathan Turner says, we're getting murdered 17-0. Yeah, we're getting murdered. First and 10, guys, about the 29-yard line. Baker Mayfield hands off to Rachaad White, who's going to get hit, and slips up right into the 1 or 2 yards there. Joe 2 times says, hey, let the tank continue. Whoever gets fired deserves to get fired. Also, wouldn't mind trading back and building this roster. I'm not opposed to that, Joe, depending on who we got option-wise. If you're telling me we have a chance to get Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, and whoever we have as GM or coach really likes them and think they're the answer, then take that pick. But if you can't get one of those guys, then yeah, trading back's not the worst idea. Not the worst idea. As Jonathan says, number 1, Shedeur Sanders. My number 1 is still Cam Ward, but my biggest issue with Sanders is I have personality concerns with him, especially playing in New York. As you got Sterling Shepard gets another completion there. Got a third down coming up here. He says, number 1, Shedeur Sanders, head coach Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is not coming to New York, I think. I really don't think he likes New York. I know he had a lot of issues when he was a Yankee. I don't pretend to be as big a baseball guy as I do tend to be a football guy there. Football is definitely my main thing there, but I know Deion Sanders has a big issue with New York overall. So, we'll see what happens. But, there's definitely an interesting situation to keep on. I'll put it as Jonathan says, since 1989, Dion never liked New York exactly. Yeah, like I said, that's going to be the issue. And that's part of the baggage, I think, too, for me. Is Shedeur Sanders has the baggage of Dion. As much as it's been a help to his career, there's a little bit of baggage there. 3rd and 6, guys. Baker Mayfield in the shotgun formation. And, Watts almost got him. Okereke was near him. Tapped the ball down. There's a flag on the play, though. We'll have to see what happens. Not going to be good for the Giants, that's for sure. Okereke is making the motion. You can tell it's bad for the Giants. But that was a good play by the Giants pass rush. The first one I can actually sit there and say was a good play by the Giants pass rush, really. They're taking their sweet time, that's for sure. For the pass, you will contact Giants Deontay Banks. That's a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down. Yeah, like I said, not been another bad game for Banks, guys. As much as talk about we need a quarterback, guys, we really need a top corner as well. Oh, yeah. That's a bad play. That's a bad play to me. You can't grab a receiver. That's just, yeah. All right, so 1st and 10, guys. 1st and 10. Baker throwing it back screen to Rashard White. He's got all the room in the world. He's going to make about 5. Oh, God, he's pulling it down. That should have been a 5-yard gain. It turns into a 10-yard gain because he kept trucking along. Guys, this defense looks like they give it. I'd give it up, to be honest with you. This is a defense that looks like they're done. And they're exhausted, too. You can see they're showing Jason Pinnock right now just huffing and puffing and winded. Yeah, I think this is going to be rough rest of the season here. I was hoping it's a little better. Baker threw it in the infield. Banks got a hand on it as going to Shepard. And then Banks doing a little finger thing. Like, don't get excited when you've been crap all year long and you finally make one stop. And your one stop is against the guy that, quite frankly, again, no disrespect to Shep, he's on his last legs. Like, at the top corner, you just beat a 3rd, 4th receiver, and you're all, ooh, look at me. Banks is the guy that, yeah, I'm not too big a fan of. Baker Mayfield steps up, gets around, and he's going to get a touchdown here, guys. Ooh, he should have been sacked. And the ball did go up in the air. They're calling a touchdown. Another touchdown here, guys. Baker Mayfield just ran right away from the pressure. So, yeah. Prepare for 24-0. And Jonathan says, what do you think of quarterback Jalen Milroe, Bama? Joe Time says, no, absolutely not. My concern of Milroe is his best talent is his run, which is the same as what we just dealt with Daniel Jones. He's not the guy I want. Now, if you're telling me you can get him in the 2nd round and have a veteran quarterback in front of him and try to develop him, then I'd be curious about that. But if you're telling me it's like a 1st-round pick and my guy that I'm planning to be the future of this franchise no matter what, no. I'm not that high. He's a project. And with the project, there's a huge risk. Extra point was no good, by the way, for the Bucs, so it's 23-0 it's going to be. So, as Jonathan says, Will Johnson, Michigan corner, could be first to be taken. We'll see, but honestly, I don't want to draft another corner. I don't want to draft in the corner. I want to sign the corner. And I'm not looking at the option of getting another guy to potentially be our top corner out of the draft because it's too much of a crapshoot. It really is. Joe 2 times. Embarrassing game. No DJ to blame today. Yeah, no. Can't blame DJ. DJ's not there to kick around anymore, guys. This is, quite frankly, an absolute embarrassment. And this team has gotten so used to losing that there's no heart left. There's no heart left at all. And like I said, I'm really thinking more and more that it's time to clean house. DJ Davidson on the ground here after that field goal, by the way. Field goal Tampa extra point attempt, I should say. But yeah, not good. Not good, that's for sure. But on the plus side, guys, if you guys really want that first overall pick, guess what? We're helping that. We're helping get that pick, I guess. It's like accidental tanking, basically. We're just that bad. So, as Baker, you can see he's having fun, getting his guys going. Oof. Not good. Not good, guys, that's for sure. Yeah, and it's weird, though. You don't see Dable with the same fire you used to see Dable with. And I'm wondering if that's part of what it is. Remember last year they talked about how he was yelling too much, flipping out too much, and kind of got, in trouble with his assistant coaches because apparently he was being a jerk to them. You got to wonder if maybe he's toned it down too much. Maybe that's the problem. I've seen guys like that where you change their personality, you change more than you intend to change sometimes. But yeah, this is an absolute embarrassment. And the sad thing is, I'm not even angry watching this anymore. I'm so used to it that I'm numb to it now. Like, I'm just absolutely numb to it. Like, this is what the Giants just are. That's just what he is. And I can't say this is unexpected. I was hoping, and I didn't pick the Giants to win this game. I'll say it point blank. I was hoping that Devito would provide a spark and we get some stuff going here. But I can't say it shocked me. I can't say it has. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. All right, so halftime is over. Halftime is starting now. We're officially at the halfway point. And 23-0. Doesn't take a genius to figure out the math. If that continues, guys, we're looking at 46-0, which would be a hell of an embarrassment. Again, I said this going into this game. This was an average team. An average team. This is not a crazy good team. This is not an amazing team. This is an average team. And they look amazing against us. This defense is a horrible defense. We haven't put up a single point against them in a half a game. Like, that's really, really bad, guys. That's not what I expected at all. I did not expect that. And, if you look at what they average, their average opponents are giving up 26.6 points a game. That's what they're giving up, the Bucs. That's 27th in the league, guys. They're giving up 389 yards a game. That's 30th. They look like the 2000 Ravens with us, point blank. So, not good, guys. Not good at all. So, let's give you guys the rundown of what we got here going on the rest of the games here. The teams that actually are professional teams, apparently not the Giants, because they're definitely not a professional team at this point. We got the Titans and Texans are tied with less than a minute to go in the half, 17-17. That's a shocker. Again, I'm rooting for the Texans big time, guys, because if they win this game, that's their third win. That knocks them one game behind that group of teams that are looking for that top pick there. You got the Dolphins are blowing out the Patriots almost as bad as we're getting blown out. I'm sorry, reverse that. I'm sorry. I did say it right the first time. Dolphins are blowing out the Patriots 21-0. Chiefs also blowing out the Panthers 20-6. So yeah. Halftime for the Lions and the Colts, that's 14-6. So really, guys, there's 3 out of the 4 games are doing good. So you got that are interesting to watch. 3 that are blowouts there. You got the Commanders actually that's a good game too. Commanders up only by 3 against the Cowboys. That's kind of a shocker. You expect all the injuries they had and everything there. The Commanders have been playing good. That 3-0, but I thought the Commanders had come down to earth a little bit. I feel like that's been. They were really hot. They were doing really good, but they were also beating really bad teams, and they were having trouble against good teams. And they've kind of come back down to earth a little bit there. They're sitting at 7-4 right now. Honestly, it's going to sound weird, but I kind of want the Cowboys to win because I feel like if the Cowboys continue to lose, there's a chance that we're competing with them. They're at 3-7. We're at 2-8. There's a chance we're competing with them potentially for one of those top picks. And let's be honest, if we have to trade down, the Cowboys are not going to trade with us. there's no way in hell the Cowboys would trade with us if we had to trade down and they're got one of those top, couple picks that we want. So, what's up, Dwayne? He says, we're getting our butts kicked and I absolutely don't care. Cam Ward, baby. That's sad that we're all kind of getting to that mindset of we're not shocked, we're not even upset anymore. We're just kind of used to it. This is game as usual. But it's a show of highlights in this Titans and Texans game. That's the game that's got me intrigued the most, because if all of a sudden Will Levis starts playing really good for this Titans team, maybe they don't look at getting a quarterback. But he's 11 of 17, 177 yards, and a touchdown and interception so far in this game here. So, but yeah, it's just, like I said, this is, oof. I'm almost running out of words to tell you guys how bad, how embarrassing this has gotten for the Giants guys. But that's the case. It's bad. It's embarrassing. That's where we're at. It's the right words. It's just, it's like, how many weeks in a row can we continue saying it? Like, at one point, you have to go, something's got to give. What's got to have to give is the end of the season at this point, it feels like. This team just can't do anything right. The defense is gassed. The defense feels, I feel like I'm looking at these guys, and it looks like some of them have point blank just given up. And you can't really blame them. Like, you don't want to say that, but you can't really blame them when the offense can't do a damn thing. And the offense looks just as bad, if not worse, than usual. I do think having Chris Hubbard in there at the left tackle position with Jermaine Illuminor out is a big difference there. But yeah, it's like I said, this is an issue. This is an issue overall. Dwayne says, how do you feel about that fumble when no one jumped to the ball? That one I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt for. I think no one just saw it come out of the pile there, except Baker. I give Armand Watts the credit for getting Baker down once he caught the ball, because everybody else was in that pile. That could have been another touchdown. Instead, the one good positive is that the Giants defense stopped them from getting a touchdown on that. So, but yeah, as they're showing the highlights of the Giants and the Bucs right now. Again, the only highlight there really is on offense is Tyrone Tracy Jr. The guy is like an Army of One. He is like the new Saquon, I feel like. So let me give you guys the stats where we're at here on that. Let's see here. So Baker right now 19 of 23 for 230 yards. He's got 2 of 19 on rushes with the one touchdown, obviously. Bucky Irving's got 6 carries for 23 yards. That's one thing the Giants actually been doing decent against, is the run in this game. It's a 3.8 yard per carry average for him. Rashad White, 4 carries for 15 yards and 3.8. And Sean Tucker's got 4 carries for 3 yards. So I can't say the run defense has been the problem today, but the passing has definitely been an issue. Bucky Irving, 6 for 64 on receiving. Mike Evans, 453, and he's been doing whatever the hell he wants against Deontay Banks. Again, Deontay Banks is a joke. He's got to go. Got to at least be the second corner. I'm not ready to give him fully, get rid of him yet. Though by the end of the year, when things are going, who knows? I might get that much more sour on him. But I think at this point here, he's a guy that you see as a number 2 corner that you hope maybe can develop into a number 1 one day. We throw him there way too quick, guys. It's on him, a lot of the attitude and a lot of the issues he's had there. But it's also on the Giants for throwing a kid there who point blank isn't ready. And the Giants should have known that. The Giants should have gotten somebody this offseason to be a true number 1, not force him. I mean, how many weeks was Stephon Gilmore available? I mean, for all we know, the Giants had talks and he didn't want to come here, but how many weeks was Stephon Gilmore sitting out there ready to go? And he may not be the long-term answer because he's older, but he would have been an answer for this year. Cade Otton, 1 catch, 30 yards. Payne Durham, 1 catch for 26 yards. So that's 2 big catches by their 2 running backs. I said tight ends there. Trey Palmer, 1 catch, 18 yards. Sterling Shepard has returned to the Giants MetLife Stadium there. 3 catches, 11 yards. Jalen McMillan, 1 catch for 11. Rashad White, 1 catch for 10. And Sean Tucker, 1 catch for 7. Jordan Whitehead's the only guy with 3 tackles in the game. You got Yaga Diarby, Vita Bay, and Kalijah Kancey each with 2. Sack-wise, you got 1 sack for Kalijah Kancey, 1 for Vita Bay, and 1 for Anthony Nelson. I'm kind of shocked that one didn't get split up there. On the Giants side there, it's going to turn really negative. 3 for 5 for 31 yards for Tommy DeVito, guys. Now, what's crazier is 23 of those yards were on one play. Rushing-wise, you got 5 carries, 31 yards for Tyrone Tracy Jr. That's a 6.2 yards per carry average. 3 carries for 2 yards for Tommy DeVito. 1 carry for 2 yards for Devin Singletary. And the 1 carry for 0 yards for Wan'Dale Robinson on that BS waste of a 4th and 1 that they should never attempt to begin with. Receiving-wise, Theo Johnson, 1 catch for 23 yards. Wan'Dale, 1 catch for 5. Eric Gray, 1 catch for 3 yards. Tackles-wise, Micah McFadden has been all over the place in this game here. 6 tackles. Bobby Okereke got 5 tackles. Deontay Banks has 4. Now, keep in mind, again, what I've always said, if a corner has a lot of tackles, that means he's giving up a lot of plays. So I don't like it when I see that up there. 3 tackles for Tyler Newman, and you got 3 tackles for Drew Phillips as well. Again, guys, absolute shit show of a first half there. As Dwayne says, they're abusing Deontay Banks. Yeah, absolutely abusing him. And everybody's been abusing him all year long. Again, the Giants put this kid in a position he wasn't ready for. Absolutely ridiculous. He was not ready for this position whatsoever. He is not a number 1 corner in this league. He did nothing to show us last year he was the number 1 corner in this league. Did he play better down the stretch when he was put more of his own offense, his own defense? Yes. He started getting some picks. He started playing better. But if you go back to those games he had when Adoree Jackson was out and he was the number 1 corner last year, guys, he did not look good at all. He got destroyed by CeeDee Lamb. He got destroyed, by Scary Terry in their game as well. I just did not look good. Did not look ready. And for some reason this offseason, they decided he was ready. And we talked about that going into the season. We said the 2 things that really concerned us in the defense was the lack of a number 1 corner. That's come back to bite us in the butt. And we said the weak defensive line minus Dexter Lawrence. We were worried we wouldn't be able to stop the run. Guess what? It's almost like Rob and I know what we're talking about because that's exactly what's happened there. Joseph says, on our way to number 1 pick. Yeah, we're definitely on our way to the number 1 pick. Let me see if I can take a look and see real quick here. I want to verify where we're at comparatively there. So let's go to the games and see where everybody else at there. It's going to let me do that because my computer has trouble running Tankathon's website with ours. Let's see here. So you got the Titans. Again, they're matching up right now with the Texans. They're actually holding their own. Titans are actually up at halftime now, 20-17. Like I said, if you're a Giant fan, regardless of what happens in this game, you got to be rooting for those Titans big time in this game here because if they can win that out, it's going to help us either way at that point there. You got the let's see, the 2-win teams. You got the Raiders. They don't play till later on. They're playing the Broncos. You got the Jaguars are sitting at 2-9. I think they're on a bye week this week, actually. They're on a bye week right now. Now they have a weaker strength of schedule than the Giants do, so that's going to help them big time when it comes down to the strength of schedule tiebreakers. So, but yeah, if the Titans win and the Vikings somehow find a way to win against the Broncos, guys, we could be having the number 2 pick at the end of this. I'll take that. I will take that in a heartbeat. But would I prefer to win, though? Of course. Doesn't look like that's an option, though. So I guess we'll take the silver medal there of doing something like that instead of there, trying to at least get a pick and be better for the future there. Joseph says, how do you give the ball to Wan'Dale at 175 pounds to get 4th and 1? Here's a better question for you, Joseph. Why the frick would you go for it? Like, you're nowhere near scoring. It's the first half. Like, it's not like it's like end of the game and it's a must-get kind of situation. And it doesn't make sense to you to go for it. Now, if you go for it and you think that you should have gone for it, which I vehemently disagree with, then you're 100% right. I was calling it during the play saying that why would you not go with You have Tyrone Tracy Jr. averaging 5 yards a carry. Just let him go right up the A gap and hope he can do it and have guys ready to kind of push him if need be to get that first down. That would have made a whole lot more sense than doing what they did. That makes absolutely no sense to do a trick play with a small receiver like that. We've had issues with end arounds all season long. They haven't done anything with them really. And yet, for some reason, the Giants keep calling that play. And you call that play in a very, very important time frame because of what it did. Now, luckily, the Giants defense only stopped them from just a field goal. Partially due to that fumble that Sean Tucker had there. But I mean, that was an embarrassing play. He says, yes, sir, we sucked all year on fourth down tries. Yeah, we have. Now, Giants are getting the ball back. Just had the kickoff to start the half. So we're back to the end zone. So therefore, we're going to start the ball on the 30. Right now, they're having a talk with Todd Bowles, the head coach of the Bucs, as they're moving off to it. Here we go. So Devito in the shotgun formation. 1st and 10. See if we can get something going. To the air. Oh, there you go. Malik Neighbors wide open. Welcome to the game, Malik Neighbors. Gets the ball down to the 49-yard line on the Bucs side there. So we're officially in Bucs territory. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not afraid to chuck the ball. That's my main difference why I wanted him in there. You can say what you want as far as the offense being crap, because you're not wrong. But we got 2 massive plays now in this situation here right now. That's big plays that we haven't had all year long, especially out of the passing game here. Eric Ray in the backfield, fake the handoff to him, tossing the ball out to Neighbors again. Neighbors going to get about 8 yards. Maybe we're going back to the whole give Neighbors the ball and hope he does something mentality. It's worked before. But yeah, it's a long route by Neighbors, but he was wide open with nobody near him, guys. Nobody near him at all. So let's see what we got here. 2nd and 2. So they're getting 8 yards to Neighbors on that. So all of a sudden, really quickly, Neighbors is on the ball, 29 yards and 2 catches in this drive here. And look at Neighbors again. Oh, knocked out. He almost had it. They're got a 2 coaches on the sidelines calling for a catch. I want to see the replay on this. They're discussing it right now. It's like, is there a football move made or not kind of scenarios there. There we go. Catch the forward fumble, they're saying it. There we go. Neighbors did catch it. Neighbors did make a move. 1st and 10. Oh, challenge made. This is on the Giants guys, too, by the way. The second they called it a catch, you should have ran to the goddamn line and made that next play. Todd Bowles wants to challenge that as being an actual catch. And honestly, that's a 50-50. That depends on who looks at it, I feel like. So, to me, that's a catch. Maybe I'm being a homer here, but to me, that's a catch. I'm looking at the ball the way it went. He turned, he made a couple of steps, then the ball got knocked out, and then it got fumbled out there. To me, it's a catch. But, it's the Giants are actually moving the ball for the very first time basically in this game, so I can't blame Todd Bowles for taking a shot. Though I also blame Todd Bowles for not just accepting this game is over. They've already won. Move on. Let us have this one. We don't have a lot of pros in this game yet. Let us have this one. But yeah, if that goes down as a catch, guys, you got 42 yards now for Neighbors on this one drive. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't think this is an attractive spot for a coach to go to, with Malik Neighbors as your wide receiver, with Tyrone Tracy Jr. as your running back, for a line that's dealing with major injuries again this year, but I mean, looked better when they were healthy, and having a potential top pick in this draft here. This is a better position for coaches to go to, and I think a lot of people realize. I really do. But we'll see. I can see how people would sit there and say they've had multiple coaches the last couple of go rounds. Obviously, that hasn't gone well for this team. So I can understand how a guy like like a Ben Johnson with the Lions or something like that can go, you know what? Not for me. Not for me. And that's part of why I mentioned before the Belichick thing. I feel like Belichick loves the Giants. Belichick would want to be part of the Giants. I don't think he's, a coach anymore in this. Not to disrespect the man, he's done a lot in this league, but I don't think he's a coach at this point in his life. But I think he's a front office guy, like a team president kind of guy. Let Mike Vrabel be the coach. Let him come as the team president kind of situation there. You want to keep Brown, maybe put Brown as a GM. I don't know. That'd be up to those guys there at that point. But I could see that being a transition we make to. You get to keep Shane Bowen as defensive coordinator, so you keep a little bit of continuity with the side of the ball that's been playing better. Because this defense has not been the problem, guys. It's the offense. Don't get me wrong, the defense is not playing great. But I think a lot of you got to keep in mind that they're dealing with the issues from the offense on their side. They're getting put on the field way too much. Way too much is being asked of them. We ignored also obvious issues with the roster on the defensive side. So, like I said, I have no problem with keeping Shane Bowen, bringing in Mike Vrabel, and get Belichick in as like an advisory, role like that, and getting a new GM. I think that'd be interesting. Would they be interested? That's the question. Belichick still wants to coach. He was interviewing last year. Would they do that? As Joe said, I'd hire Belichick than OC, Mike Vrabel. You mean Mike Vrabel as the OC then? Because that would be a Belichick move potentially. Maybe Matt Patricia and Joe Judge on the offensive side, but Vrabel's a defensive guy. He doesn't need to be anywhere near that offense. Devito in the shotgun formation. They did make it a catch, by the way. Tracy gets the ball, loses about a yard or two. He says, DC, sir. Sorry. By the way, CBS did not even show the call stands. But this CBS crew has been horrible this whole game. It's not often I back the TV crew, but they've been absolutely horrible. But they are showing it, by the way, right now. It was a catch, and why it was a catch, but definitely was way too early to go back to the game and everything. All right. Back to the game, 2nd and 10. Going to be a catch to Robinson, who's going to get a nice little shifty move there to get a first down. He's going to get about 12, 13 yards. This is the offense I was hoping for, guys, by the way. We're moving the ball. And motion with Wan'Dale Robinson, that's what you got to do. Wan'Dale Robinson is a great guy in motion to have. For some reason, he just always finds a way to get open when he's in motion. So another 1st and 10, guys. Giants moving the ball, finally. Got the ball by the 20-yard line. By the 16-yard line, sorry. First time in the red zone all game. Yeah. Threw it toward Neighbors again, but yeah, way too high. Neighbors just a disaster. Yep. The whole season's a disaster. Whole season. This team's a disaster. So let's see what happens here now. By the way, Devito has more completions and yards this drive than he had the whole first half. 2nd and 10, guys. It's definitely be a blitz. Tracy's getting it. There we go. Tracy. It's about 7-8 yards there. I got Tiki talking about Tracy right now. Talking about his patience, slow to attack, slow to the hole, but he's basically saying he's waiting for the hole, which is true. Tracy has been amazing, especially considering this is only his second year as a starting running back. Period. Not in the NFL, because he's a rookie. Period. 1 year starter at Purdue, 1 year as a backup running back at Purdue. 3rd and 2, guys. And right back to Tracy to go. He's going to spin. He's going to get that first down. So, first 3rd down conversion of the game for the Giants, guys. So, this is going to be a 5-yard line here in the 1st and goal. About time we got something positive from the Giants here, guys. I'm trying to make somewhat positive. At the same point, my head's also going overly positive. We get this here, stop them, maybe another touchdown. All of a sudden it's a game, but I don't think this is possible. Devito's out as a receiver, by the way, guys. Tracy got the ball. Keeps it. What the hell is the Giants doing? Ball comes out, fumble, and they're giving the ball to the Tampa Bay Bucs. Oh, this is so the Giants, guys. This is so the Giants. This is ridiculous. Why does Dable keep doing this? Why do we keep trying these fancy, stupid-ass plays at key times in the game? This is the second time this game alone. You try this fancy-ass freaking it's definitely a fumble, go. So it's definitely I just saw the replay. So, we get this fancy-ass plays, like we're first and goal. For the first time all freaking game, we're actually in to do something. And put DeVito in as a wide receiver, snap the ball to Tracy, hand the ball off to Singletary. The frick are you thinking, guys? That is the most asinine play calling. Like, this is the stuff that's making me give up on Dable. This is point blank the stuff that's making me move on from Dable and say I don't want to keep this guy anymore. And I would love for some continuity, I'd love for some positivity, so I can sit there and say it's time to do that. But this reminds me of that play. Reminded me of the 2-point conversion against the Steelers. That's what it reminded me of. When the Giants didn't know how to line up basically properly, and the ball was just done the second that the ball got snapped. Like it was so obviously a way overly tricky play. Like we were finally driving the goddamn ball. And Dable's got to do some fancy crap that just doesn't work. Doesn't work. This is another replay based on that first 4th and 1 that we shouldn't even try for. Got too fancy. So those who have ever been in sales might be familiar with the KISS method. It's called keep it simple, stupid. That's what we got here. Keep it simple, stupid. Stop doing things that are overly fancy. Because now the Giants finally had a little bit of momentum, a little bit of positivity to go into. We're going to get some points to the board finally. And, yeah, this is what they did with it. Just F it up. And just I don't know why I watch. Listen, watch. By all means, watch. Because you're like me, you're a Giants addict and you can't stop watching. But I'll say this. If you guys as Giant fans are spending money going to the game, spending money on merchandise, I mean, obviously, hello, I got merchandise. I'm not suggesting that you never should buy it. But right now, you should be freezing the Giants out of your wallet. Point blank. You should be freezing the Giants out of your wallet until they can put up something that actually resembles an NFL team. And if you can't do that, then you're hurting yourself at that point to a certain degree. I mean, I get it. I'm not trying to, be rude to people that want to support the team still and stuff like that. But you got to send a message to Mara, to Tish, and how you send it is with your pockets. Point blank. As Theodore says, the Giants have a drive that's working and coach calls that bullshit play. Yeah. Bucky Irving, by the way, short drive real quick, short run up the middle. Yeah, it's absolute BS play. Like I said, I don't understand this team. I really don't sometimes. We're our own worst enemy. And there's Dable now talking to Tracy in the sideline where they're showing the replay of that. And he's kind of patting him on the shoulder and stuff. But that's not Dable. That's not on the players, guys. That's on Dable, 100%. Dable is the one who let this team down by what he just did. It's not the first time in this own game even. So 2nd and 8, Baker Mayfield in the shotgun formation. Oh, went to Shep. A little off, but should have been caught by Shep. He doesn't catch it. He was wide open for what would have been a short catch, at least make it a manageable 3rd down. Instead, it's a 3rd and 8 for the Giants to hopefully get a stop here and get the ball back and undo this mistake to a certain degree. But, yeah. Whew. And Thibodeau had a lead shot towards Baker, and they're calling him after that. He tried to stop himself. He just kind of hit into him. Sometimes these guys on TV are looking for stories in these bad games. Let's be honest, this is a bad game. I'm looking for stories myself. That's why I'm talking about the future, not trying to make BS up in the game, though. 3rd and 8. Baker's literally in the end zone trying to make something happen. He's moving around, making stuff happen with his feet, and he might get this first down with his feet. He's going to get the first down with his feet. Oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. This past rush has just been non-existent in this game, basically, in a really bad offensive line at this point here. No Tristan Wirfs. Baker Mayfield is just tearing this team apart, guys. Absolutely tearing this team apart. Whew. This is the Baker Mayfield show, guys. So 1st and 10 now, about the 16.5 yard line. And Bucky Irving with the ball and immediately runs into Brian Burns. Going to lose about a yard and a half or so. Back down to the 15-yard line now. And now they're talking about the fact that the Giants can't get to Baker Mayfield. And it's a valid point. But I will say this, the Giants have gotten near Baker. They just haven't gotten Baker. And I feel like the Giants have had issues this year with mobile quarterbacks getting out of the way of sacks. You saw that against the Commanders, especially that second game where they were having trouble. That seems to be something they need to recognize and see what they need to work on that, because that seems to be an issue. A lot of that staying in their lanes and not having people converge in one area. Shepard, by the way, just got a catch there as well. About another 5 yards there. They're calling it 6 yards. Azeez Ojulari out, apparently. So it should be interesting. Kayvon Thibodeau is coming with a pitch count of this game, supposedly. Azeez Ojulari is now out, so I don't know if they increase the pitches for Kayvon or if they bring someone else in. I mean, this is not exactly a deep, depth to begin with at the edge position. Now you're taking 2 out of 3 big names we got. Let's see here. There's a flag on the play. Baker Mayfield, Cade Otton, going to get a first down. He's breaking through a tackle. Tyler Nubin finally gets him down, but flag on the play. And it's a little early on. I think it's going to be on the offense. And Tiki saying it's going to be offsides on a receiver. About to make the call now, though. Illegal motion on the offense on Sterling Shepard. That's not the first time I think a illegal motion has been called when we're on defense. It's always on us on offense. That seems like we get like 3-4 times a game there, but yeah, that was called pretty early on. So 3rd and 11 now for this Giants defense to try to stop this Bucs team from scoring yet again. 23-0. Should have gotten the points for the Giants just now, but Dable got too cute, as usual. All right. Baker in the shotgun, got the ball. All the time in the world. He's throwing it right up the middle. And first down, guys. That's all day, guys. All day. Absolutely. Ryan Miller, the backup receiver from Furman. Not a college you hear very often, that's for sure. He gets the ball. But yeah, wide open. Zone coverage. Baker saw the easy play in zone coverage there. He had Tyler Newman on one side, Bobby Okereke, and went ahead and basically just Ryan Miller found the gap there in coverage and did his thing. So 1st and 10, about the 30-yard line, pitched to Irvin. Bobby Okereke went for what would have been a big loss, but went aggressive and instead missed the tackle, and he gains a yard. So that's about a 3-yard swap there because of the fact he was a little overly aggressive. Raheem Nunez-Roches, the guy who eventually did get the actual stop. And Tiki's upset. You can tell him. He's like, they're almost there. They're almost for this. They're almost for that. He's not wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's not good. Not good, this game at all. And the scary thing is I'm still not mad at the defense because 23 points, I know it was bad, but when this offense is doing nothing, you can't blame the defense at this point. All right, so here we go. Baker back to pass again. And, wow. Diving catch there. Raheem Jarrett, former teammate of Deontay Banks, who looks like was the guy covering him there. Yeah. Both those guys were terrapins from Maryland. But Way too much room. Deontay Banks jumped up to try to get the ball, was just shy of missing his hand there. But again, too much cushion. We're giving these receivers too much of a cushion. I don't know why. By the way, is the TV booth now saying what I've been saying with me former teammates. Baker back again. Another catch again. Mike Evans again on Deontay Banks. Guys, they're just picking on Deontay Banks like crazy. It's getting to the point where Deontay Banks is coming out of the damn game. He's going to get benched again. He's getting housed in this game. And they're showing the catch, not showing it after the catch. Here we go, a little more. But no, it's not showing the angle I want to see. I want to see the move and what Deontay Banks is having trouble with exactly because it's wide open. All right. Dexter Lawrence showing on the sideline, taking a play off here to rest up. That's not good. You know, that means that they're smart. They're going to run the ball up the middle. Baker's on the in the shotgun formation. Bucky Irving, the only running backs going out of the motion. Going to Shepard. Short pass, but it's going to be half a yard gain, and that's it. DJ Davison got him. So a little bit of shifting this and trying to break open, but there's no play to break open on him. But yeah, this is. Oof. I was hoping for the defense to actually get this done and be a quick out, but it doesn't look like it. By the way, the Titans are now up 23-17 on the Texans, guys. They're doing their part to help us out. All right, 2nd and 9. Here we go. Dexter Lawrence back in shotgun formation. Again, all the time in the world to play. Incomplete to Cade Otton. Tyler Newman on the coverage. But yeah, Cade Otton should have had that catch. I would say Newman for the coverage. It should specify. Cade Otton should have had that catch. But 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9, guys. I mean, the odd thing is, we talked about this early drives. Early drives had it where the Bucs were doing good on getting short 3rd downs. They were just converting. In this case here, guys, it's the complete opposite. By the way, it showed easiest strength of schedule we had the rest of the season. You know who actually is the easiest strength of schedule the rest of the way? The Jacksonville Jaguars. Interesting. Team right now has the number 1 overall pick, so. They're going deep. Nope, and there's the contact, though. Oh, there's the flag coming out. And that's on Mike Evans. Dory Jackson was on him, so was Drew Phillips. It was double coverage. Let's see what they get him for. Pass interference. They're giving it to Drew Phillips. I thought so. Oh, was he? Oh, wasn't even Dory Jackson. They never knew that. They were saying Dory Jackson on the TV crew. No, that was Jason Pinnock that going towards him there. By the way, they're still saying a Dory Jackson, by the way. This CBS crew was horrendous. It was all Drew Phillips the whole time. Oh, wait, hold on. What is Dory Jackson? What are they calling here? But yeah, no, it wasn't Dory Jackson. Somebody said Phillips on there, and they were going back and forth. But no, it was a Dory Jackson the whole time. All right, 1st and goal. Should be another touchdown here, probably. Pitch over to Rachaad White, and touchdown. Another touchdown after what we should have got a touchdown. We had a chance to potentially get back into this thing. Yeah, it's just embarrassment, guys. Embarrassment. This is just absolutely ridiculous at this point, guys. As I said on TV, 95-yard touchdown drive, guys. And you can watch even in this. Watch the replay here if you're watching the TV while listening to me here. You can tell that this defense is going through the motions. This team's giving up. To me, this is the first time I've seen that. This team is giving up. And there's a lot of talk about dissent in the locker room, them not liking Shane, the way he handled the Daniel Jones situation and all. It makes me wonder, has Dable lost the locker room now? Because that was a bad showing there, guys. 95 yards. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah. I don't want to say this is just becoming more and more of an embarrassment as the season goes on. Absolutely more and more embarrassment. You got the team that was having an average defense. Now this defense was they've given up. It also can't get time off the field. You got Dable just playing bad play call after bad play call. I'm at that point now where I'm getting done. Getting fed up and done. It's time to clean house. Maybe we start having an episode on potential head coaching candidates or potential GM candidates. Let me guys know in the comments if that's what you're interested in. Maybe that's what we do. We did a thing last week on potential candidates for, guys to draft in college. And, we'll probably do, a couple of, more potential quarterbacks before this is all said and done there. Because it's getting bad. And that's where we're basically the rest of the season is going to be just getting ready for the next season. That's where we're basically at. But, Jackson Dart's the guy we haven't talked about yet, the quarterback spot. I know a couple people have messaged me asking for us to do something on them, so we'll probably do something on him there. But maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's time to start looking at head coaching candidates and GM candidates. And maybe it's time to start having that conversation. Because there's definitely going to be some guys out there that are going to be talked about. And it's a valid conversation maybe to start having that with this. Because, things aren't going well. Things aren't going well at all. I mean, you have Joe Brady with the Bills. What the Bills have done, all of a sudden turning things around, changing their offenses he's got in there. I don't think the Giants go that route again. Liam Cohen in this game even, it's a guy you got to look at as a potential, a guy that could potentially do something there. Ben Johnson, been guy last couple of games that people have looked at, last couple of years looked at as a potential guy, but he doesn't seem to want to leave Detroit until it's the perfect situation. Smart, by the way. Smart for his job there. Brian Johnson, the Commanders' offensive coordinator. Look at the job he's doing there with Jaden Daniels. That's the guy you could potentially look at as well. Though I do think that's more Jaden Daniels than him. So, I don't think that's necessarily a guy. The other thing is there's a lot of guys in the NFL who have a lot of faith in Mike Kafka. Am I crazy for thinking that if this continues, maybe you just fire Brian Dable mid-season and give Mike Kafka the chance? And see what he's got? Am I crazy for that? And why Mike H says at least the Giants won't screw this up with the Jets and win a few meaningless games at the end. Don't say it yet. It's way too early to say that yet. We said the same thing last year probably too, But this is not what the Giants do. The Giants tend to screw it up, unfortunately, sometimes. So 1st and 10, Tommy DeVito under center. Let's see if we got a continuation of the last drive that was much better. Deep throw. Ooh, nearly picked off. Where Antoine Winfield almost got it. He's throwing for Neighbors again. It was lately in a triple coverage, but still had a little bit of a gap, a little bit of space to throw to somehow. Let's see, let's show the replay now. There's Neighbors. Got one on him. Two guys moving over towards him. And there's a little bit of a gap, but just didn't quite sling it in time. And definitely Winfield was there the whole time. And it was a bad throw by DeVito, but at least he's taking shots. Take the shots, guys. I'm not going to complain about taking the shots. Take the shots. So, 64 yards the last drive, 45 yards the entire first half. Take the shots. That last drive, they were throwing the ball down the field. They weren't just doing short things. DeVito calls a timeout. But yeah, maybe that's the conversation to have, though. Like I said, Mike Kafka becoming the head coach the rest of the season and firing Dable. Because this isn't what I want to see anymore, guys. I'm done. Like I said, I think at this point these trick plays that make me want to move on from Dable. Because that's two big issues I have in this game right there. You gave up the 3-point field goal because of that. Easily could have been a touchdown if not for the fumble by Sean Tucker. You go ahead and this stupid freaking play at the end zone. Well, I just 2nd and 10, guys. And DeVito out there past to Wan'Dale Robinson, who's going to do a little shiftiness there and get a few yards. At least we'll have a decent, probably like a 3rd and 4 coming up there. I'll take that. That's good on 2nd down. Like I said, Devito's definitely playing the ball better the second half, as they're showing yet another flashback to Tiki versus Rondé. This game they're obsessed with showing that. And I get it. Tiki Barber is one of the announcers. You can say it once, talk about it, and then move on. You don't need to have it every 5 minutes. We already know how good Tiki is. Tiki should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, he should be. All right, shotgun formation on 3rd and 3 to Devito. Whitehead coming on blitz, but got picked up. Devito saw it, gets it. Neighbors gets it. First down, I think. They haven't called it. They got first down. It took a second to kind of delay to call it, but first down about the 30-yard line. We'll take it. We'll take it. Like I said, a little more positivity. A little more positivity. By the way, guys, Dallas is now up 10-9 on the Commanders. So while things aren't going well for the Giants to win this game, there's a couple of things going very well for the Giants in the draft pick race right now. You got the Titans up 23-17 on the Texans, and you got the Cowboys now up on the Commanders. Devito under center. Got Theo Johnson in motion. Passing the ball again. Again, he's just moving out. Neighbors got the ball again. Trying to make some plays. Going to get about 5 yards in this. But this has been, what's interesting is I feel like they got DeVito in motion a little more, never keeping his feet set, let him throw on the run. And it's been working better for them. Obviously, also trying to force the ball to Neighbors. I kind of hate doing that to a certain degree because I don't want to get hurt again. But it's a sensible move overall because Neighbors is the best receiver on this team. He's the best offensive weapon on this team. I like Tracy a lot, but he's number 2, let's be honest. It's Neighbors. So let's see. We got 2nd and 6, guys. Under center. Theo Johnson in motion again. And again, throw another run. Singletary there. Going to be a negative yardage on the catch. Going to lose about 2-3 yards in the catch. But that was just DeVito trying to throw it away and make something out of nothing when he had guys going towards him. So they're showing here that the Panthers got a touchdown against the Chiefs. So that's making it 20-16, a closer game. We call that our picks game, by the way. I said the Chiefs would be a closer game with the Panthers than people thought. The Chiefs don't tend to be the blow people out 40-0. This, I knew that wouldn't be a game like this is turning into. All right, so 3rd and 9, guys. DeVito's in shotgun formation. Got time to do it. Theo Johnson wide open again. And he's diving for it. Did he get that first down? They're spotting it right at the first down marker. Haven't heard the call yet. That should be enough for a first down. Here we go. First down. They're doing a quick offense going right back to it. So, chain's been moved. DeVito again throwing the ball. Chuck it to Robinson, gets about 6-7 yards there. Got a late flag in the secondary. Coming back, apparently. Let's see what the call was here. Pass interference called on Theo Johnson. Be nice if they show the replay to actually see it, though. Yeah, the CBS crew has not been good. All right, that's the end of the 3rd quarter, guys. Where I hate to say it, but that's an improvement quarter, right? Is that sad? But it's really, really sad. But we only gave up 7 points. We didn't score anything. We moved the ball. That's our best quarter of this game. So sad. I want to cry. That was just a matter of can we get something positive going into next week there? Because let's be honest, there's no way in hell the Giants come back, score more than 30 points in 1 quarter. That's impossible. So we got another loss coming up here. Now, and then we got the Saints next week, guys, which could also be important for playoff positioning. You got the Saints, then you got the Ravens. We should lose that game. The Falcons, we should lose that game. The Colts, we should lose that game. The Eagles, we should lose that game. Scary thing is, I'm looking at the schedule, guys, and I'm looking like, I'm sorry. We got the Cowboys next week on Thanksgiving. Then we got the Saints. I skipped that one. So yeah, we got 2 games coming up there that are games to potentially win. But then after that, guys, that's a rough stretch to finish out there. That I don't see very good things happening. I think I see a max out at 4 wins tops. That should be enough to get a really good draft pick. So, I guess we try to shine some positivity on that in this, where we can sit there and say, okay, we're going to lose this game again, but we're losing the game and helping our draft pick status here. To me, there's no doubt in my mind that this is the way we're going to play the rest of the season. Again, playing against just an average team, not a great team, but an average team, then this should be a slam dunk for us to go ahead and get a good draft pick coming up here. So let's see how those other games are doing. Titans are still up 23-17. The Browns obviously beat the Steelers. That helps us. The Dolphins are destroying the Panthers, but by the Patriots, but they just got a quarterback. So I'm not worried about the Patriots in this whole thing. Chiefs, again, barely beating the Panthers, so that's not even done yet. The Panthers, I would love for them to beat the Chiefs right now. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love that to happen. You look at the Panthers, where they're at. Obviously, we lost to them. They're 3-7 right now, but they've actually won the last 2. They're at the 8th overall pick right now. So again, these are all teams that we need to do something to try to help our status at that point. As Big Task says, yes, we need the Titans to win. LOL, we do. It's all about 1st and 20. That's another completion. Eric Gray there is who that goes to. So that's about a 13-yard catch there. So here we go. 2nd and 16, guys. Woo. That's bad. Let's see what happens here. Big pass time here. We got Slade and got high. We got some guys with some speed. Devito's going for it, though, because there's nobody open. He says to take the slide from the 40-yard line. Third down. Yeah, 3rd and 10. I mean, 3rd and 10, guys, at that point. That's where we started 2 plays ago. I guess it's something positive. But again, we're actually in position, if you get a decent pass here, take a shot for a field goal, at least not get a goose egg in the game. Definitely be some pressure here. Here it comes. The Giants picked it up, and they got Wan'Dale Robinson. Going to get it down to the 24-yard line. Woo! There we go. And big task at hand. It's about time I found a Giants channel with logic and reasoning. I've just this minute hit the sub button. Much appreciation, man. Appreciate that. And I'm also kind of sad that we're the source of logic and reasoning. Again, reminder you guys, we'll also be on for the post-game coverage. I'll be on with my usual co-host, Rob, as soon as the game is over for that. As we got a first down catch by Neighbors. Nice catch, nice pass by Tommy DeVito there with people in his face there. I mean, that's one thing about DeVito. He is not afraid to take the hit and take the pass. Great route by Neighbors. You're watching the replay of that. Like I said, guys, again, I'm going to repeat saying this, and I get it's repetitive, but in case people are newer or haven't seen this, I will still stand by the fact that Neighbors and Tracy make this an attractive place for a coach next year if we do get a new coach, new GM. You have the top receiver, top running back from this year's draft. You have a potential top pick to go get a top quarterback in this draft. This is an attractive spot, as they're going to hand the ball off to Tracy. Oh, it's like Gray actually was, sorry. Gray's another guy. This offseason, we got to get rid of him. Sorry, waste of a goddamn draft pick. I'll still say that. Shane literally said they drafted him because they had returners go ahead of him they wanted, and they didn't even return the ball. Absolute waste of a goddamn draft pick. And to publicly say that is just another reason why Shane should be gone. 3rd and 4. And tons of pressure. DeVito gets out of it, though. Here we go. He's running for that. Oh, my God. Gets in about the 1-yard line, guys. Oh, my God. 1st and goal is going to be. Jordan Whitehead went for it, got the face mask. He's holding his hand, though, in the process. Let's see the replay of this. Oh, no, he wrapped around his helmet. It wasn't the face mask. But, yeah, that's – ooh. DeVito, though, showed a lot of heart with that run, man. showing a ton of heart. That is something that, everybody loved that about Jones. They act like they were going to get DeVito, and DeVito wouldn't have that kind of heart. Singletary in. We got the touchdown. It's about time. We're on the board, guys. We are on the freaking board. It's about time. And listen, the guys, the Giants are looking a lot better the last couple of drives. They're driving the ball. It wasn't for the stupidity, absolute stupidity of Brian Dable, what he did on that last drive. The Giants would have put up at least 10 points at that point in the last two drives, and we'd be down 23-10. You say, okay, 11 minutes to go. The Giants aren't out of this. It's not likely, but they're not out of it. The scary thing is now 30 to going to be 7 in a minute here. The Giants are out of it. There's no way in hell to do anything in this. But, at least we can sit there and say there was improvement towards the end, I guess. Once we kicked off the rust from DeVito in the first half. And the second half been a lot better. Scary as it sounds at 30-0. Not much. Doesn't take much at that point to be better at 30-0. That's for damn sure. But yeah, this has been. You can sit there and say this is potentially a good outcome of this game if you think about it. Looked like crap the first half. We lose this game. We're losing the game badly. But now in the second half, we're kind of finding our stride. We're kind of getting out of the embarrassing part of it there at that point there. But this key thing is we can still lose while still having a couple of positives to look at. Wan'Dale Robinson been catching the ball today. Notice I haven't had the drops today of Wan'Dale Robinson. You got the typical, I hate to say that and make it seem light, but the typical Malik Neighbors, him just taking over a game when he needs to. You got Tyrone Tracy Jr. doing his thing at that point as well. He's been just lights out in this game, as with the little bit of carries he's had. We get 9 carries in the game there so far. But yeah, if you look at what's going on here, let me just refresh this so I can give you guys the updated stats in this here. They hit the wrong button trying to send me to X like I want to go there. Tyrone Tracy, 9 carries, 42 yards, 4.7 yards per carry average. That's good. Blake Neighbors, 6 catches, 64 yards. Wan'Dale Robinson, 4 catches, 40. Those guys are good. You got the big catch by Theo Johnson. Tommy DeVito now is 15 of 19 for 140 yards. Again, not great. Don't get me wrong. But when you think about the fact that he had 30 yards in the first half, he's looked decent in the second half. Absolutely decent. And like I said, there's a reason at least to show a little bit of positivity for how this game's going to end. Assuming that I'm not speaking way too early, I think we'll go off the rails here at the rest of this fourth quarter here. But, there's definitely reason to be going, okay, I see a couple positive things through all the muck and all the crap and all the bad at that point in this game, obviously. Like I said, the defense, though, I'm curious to see what they do now that the Giants had 2 good back-to-back series. Again, the game's over. But that last drive, guys, they looked like they were just going through the motions. And I'm starting to wonder, like I said, if Dable's lost his team entirely. And if he has lost the team, guys, it's time to go. Like I said, if he's going to go, I wouldn't even mind moving on mid-season and just moving on and putting, Mike Kafka in at that point and to see what he's got. Because there's a lot of guys that are very high on him. And I don't think Mike Kafka wants to stay here either way, unfortunately, to be honest with you guys. But, at least you're doing it right by Matt Kafka in the end, who I think Mike Kafka has been kind of hurt by this team. I don't think we've done right by him, to be very frank. And that's on Dable, for how he's treated him, how he's done up and down and giving him the play calling, taking the play calling away. He gave it to Shea Turney at one point last year. Oh, we got a fumble now after the end zone. And there we go. He got down to the 2-yard line, Tucker did. Woo! So, yeah, that's a big thing. That's something you don't see very often either at that point. So, woo. Wow. So, yeah, Tucker, he touched the ball and when it was just bouncing towards him. They could have let this go out in the back of the end zone. Would have been a simple touchback. But instead, because he touched the ball, he had to go run for it back of the end zone. So it wasn't because it was a live ball at that point. Got it out, got to the 2-yard line. So good spot for the Giants defense. And guys, also good spot for the Giants offense here. If we can actually get the stop here, the Giants get the chance to do a back-to-back score real quick. And all of a sudden, like I said, you look a little different at this offense, the way they've been going the second half here. Like I said, you get some positivity at least. So, can the Giants get a safety? When's the last time the Giants had a safety? Got Bucky Irving there. He's going to get a couple yards. That's about the 4-yard line. Let's see here. Last New York Giants safety. I had to look it up. I can't even tell you the last time that was. Give me safeties for the Giants instead. Scored. Let's see here. 2021. Oh. That's what they got according to StatsViews, 2021. So it's been several years since that happened there. That was against the Panthers. All right, Irving again. Oh, back to a tackle. Gets a huge run here, guys. Oh, my gosh. Keeps going. He's already down to the 40. About the 40-yard line, guys. Oh, my gosh. That's a massive run. Like a 50-yard run, guys. Oh, my gosh. As I'm trying to get some positivity and not be some negative. This is what the Giants do. Baker Mayfield even blocking Cordell Flott in this play. Like, oh, my God. Absolutely embarrassing. 56-yard run by Bucky Irving, guys. Right as we're trying to give you guys some positivity. And then that's what happens. So, yeah, 39-yard line now for the Bucs. As it goes now to Rashid White, who's going to get about 8 yards in this one. Let's say 9 on the TV. Ooh. Try to give you guys some positivity. This is what happens. So, listen, there's a Bucky chant apparently going on during that play as well. Ooh, that's bad with the Tampa Bay Bucs. We're going to have home games. Again, guys, I live in the Tampa Bay area. I live in Clearwater. I can tell you point blank that when a team comes into Tampa Bay, a lot of times they bring a lot of fans with them because nobody lives here that was brought up here, basically. People that brought up here can't afford to live here. It's expensive as hell. And, it becomes basically an away game for the Bucs whenever they play. Oh, botched fumbles. The Giants might have gotten it back here, guys. They did. A rare turnover for the Giants. DJ Davidson coming up with the fumble recovery and a botched handoff. Woo. But again, the Bucs though they have trouble getting their own fans in their own stadium. So it's kind of sad when the Giants MetLife Stadium there is screaming for a Bucs player. That's bad. That's insult to injury right there. That was to White, and overreach. They say that's a bad reach by Baker, but it means also that White was not in a position to get the ball. Like, what are you supposed to do? That's on both of them. Because what he's supposed to do in that case is really just not hand the ball off and take the couple yards lost and get the potential fumble. But let's see if the Giants can capitalize on this Bucs mistake. Now put into this now. Let's say hypothetically, again, this is a lot of hypothetical. The Giants didn't F up on that drive 2 drives ago, went ahead and got a field goal. They'd be at 13-23 right now. Hypothetically, if they score on this, that put it at 20-23. That one play is making all this difference. That puts you, like I said, and now I'll ignore this. That 4th and 1, if that doesn't happen, that's a field goal right there. It's 3 points. That's a massive swing at that point there because of this. Like I said, bad play calling being an issue. And you can't look at Dable as a positive in this game. You really can't. As much as I want to root for the guy, again, as a Giants coach, I always root for every Giant. I can't look at him as a positive anymore. This is the game that's made me fed up with Brian Dable point blank. I'm done, and I'm ready to move on. Next coach. Clean house time, guys. Clean house time. So, but in the meantime, we still have a little more game to go. So let's see what happens here. The Giants getting a rare turnover. And like I said, I wasn't the Giants doing something right as much as it was the Bucs doing something wrong. I'll give DJ Davidson the credit for, getting the ball when it's on the ground. But that was more on the Bucs and it was more pro for the Giants there. But yeah, all of a sudden things do change potentially here for those big plays that were just bad play calls for the Giants there. And it's hard for me to move past that right now. It really is. Like I said, I'm getting really negative really quickly about Dable in this game. And I said we need to see this how much this offensive issues was Dable and how much was Jones. So you had to move on from Jones to find it out. Well, guys, we're finding out in this game at least. And I don't get negative probably early, but in this game at least, Dable. Don't get me wrong, as Jones spoke, because DeVito's playing better the second half than Jones played all year long. But all right, DeVito's back to pass again, moving around. He's getting more comfortable with his pocket as time's going. He's running the ball, going to get about 6-7 yards in this. But yeah, he's looking much, much more comfortable as this is going on. So let's see what we got there. Again, they're talking to the booth about things I don't care about. Talk about the damn game. I don't care about what the guys in the booth are doing. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude about it, but I'm kind of going to be rude about it. I don't care about Tiki and Rondo anymore. I don't care about what Jason McCourty is doing with the kids right now. Okay, catch by, let's say, Theo Johnson. You have Theo Johnson for a first down. Again, Giants moving the ball, some guys. And I want to see the all-22 because I'm curious how much of this is the Bucs just letting them have it and how much of it is the Giants just kind of getting their shit together. Baker Mayfield, by the way, is going into the tent. I don't know if something happened on the last play. We'll find out. As DeVito keeps it, gets about a yard, and that's it. So it'll be 2nd and 9 coming up. By the way, the Texans have now gone up on the Titans by 1 point. That's a game to keep an eye on very much. Okay, yeah, they're showing it now. Dable hurt himself. I'm not Dable. Baker hurt himself trying to get the ball in that last fumble. All right, DeVito, 2nd and 9, taking the ball from shotgun formation. Just sitting back there doing its thing. Neighbors, first down. So I'm saying, all of a sudden, guys, this offense is moving. All of a sudden, it's moving. Now it's getting incomplete on that. Hold on. You already called the completion, guys. Let's see. Show the replay. Yeah, ball was out. It was incomplete. It was incomplete. That's the right call. Much as I'd love for it to be a completion. Yeah, barely slipped out, but it did. So 3rd and 9 we got now, guys. Just about the 49-yard line. Let's see. Here we go. Shotgun formation. DeVito's got the time. Making the throw. Throwing to Johnson, but it was short of the sticks and incompletion. Anyway. But even if he caught it, what's going to be there? They're talking about Johnson, 16% drop rate, 3rd highest in the NFL, by the way. Yeah, there's a lot of drops this team overall. So they're saying Baker is questionable to return because of the injury. Honestly, put Kyle Trask in there as their backup kid out of Florida. You might as well let him go for it. The game's over anyway. Might as well get Trask some time. 4th and 9, Giants are going for it, by the way, guys, because why not? What the hell? This is why it does make sense to do. The game's already over, so you might as well give them time. Baker's all the time in the world. I thought Baker. DeVito all the time in the world, but doesn't get it. Just nobody got open in time. So Tampa Bay's going to get the ball back. Baker is putting a helmet on, guys. So it looks like he's not done for the game like they were suggesting maybe on the telecast there. But yeah, that's it. Again, we got some movement there. Got some movement. I mean, I know we didn't score on that play, but it's impossible for us to expect to score on every single play. Let's see here. So DeVito's now at 147 yards for the game. Again, he had about 30 yards that first half, and that's it. So I'm not going to be upset about that. Can't expect every single play to be, every single drive the Giants have in the second half to be able to be massive. But like I said, they're doing better. If you look at the second half, it's 7-7 right now. They just got destroyed in that first half. So, is what it is. It's the Giants. We're used to getting destroyed. We're going for the draft pick. Let's keep an eye on that. Speaking of which, there. Texans had the ball. It's 11 minutes left. They're up by 1 point on the Titans. That's the game we were really hoping the Titans would win. Cowboys are up still 1 point on the Commanders. So that one's still at 10-9 right now. Like I said, that's a game we're really counting on as well. So, like I said, it's a couple. At least we'll have a couple of potentials here for teams to be helping us in our drafts. Obviously, the Browns already helped us by beating the Steelers there. As Connor says, well, we sucked. Hope Tommy would be good today. He's good the second half at least. You know, I mean, again, if we're expecting Tommy DeVito to come in here and be, the next Tom Brady, that's a little ridiculous. We're just hoping that the Giants move better than they have. And this second half they've had, even though they've only scored 1 touchdown. I'm not trying to make it seem like they've all of a sudden looked like a really good offense, but they look better the second half they had this first half. So, and I still think, again, I'm looking at the issues with Dable and his play calling. There's a lot of issues there. And I still am thinking that is something we got to look at this season before the season's even over. If we're looking at this and we're addressing this, we're saying, you know what? It's time to move on from Dable. And do it before the season's over. Put Kafka in there. See what he can do. Do right by him. Because we haven't done right by him the whole time. And it gives you a chance to see with his second, a new set of eyes controlling it, what can happen. Because I don't think Kafka's ever had really a chance to control this offense. I think Dable's been a control freak from the get-go. And if that's the case, then kind of makes it a little sad that he's been, doing what he did to Kafka, taking the play calling, giving it to him, take it away, give it to him, take it away. As they're showing the Giants fans all leaving the stands there. 1st and 10, right at the midfield, basically about the 48-yard line for the Bucs. Toss it to Bucky Irving. Looks like a fumble, another fumble. I think the Bucs got it. Oh! They might have got it last second. It might have popped back out last second there. Nope. They're giving it to the Bucs. As Malcolm got that. That's the kid from, North Dakota State, I want to say. Oh, Connor Malk, I want to say his name was. We looked at him in the in the draft. It's one of those kind of one of those kind of schools. I remember which North Dakota State. Yep. Oof. Way too much draft coverage. In fact, I need it off the top of my head like that. All right, so 2nd and 7, guys. Gonna hand the ball off again. I think that's what you're gonna see basically. Just hand off, just move on from this game, basically. That's where we're at. Game's done. And there's no point for the Bucs to risk anybody else getting injured in this. So they're not gonna do anything but run, just run the clock out, let it go. Which is a nice thing respect-wise as well for the Giants. I mean, there's no need to further embarrass the Giants. We've done a good enough of a job embarrassing ourselves in this game. So remember now, guys, again, when this game is over, we will be going on to our post-game show. Our post-game show will be on a different video because we reuse that for our audio podcast as well. So like I said, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe as we're 3rd and 4, running the ball again. So the 4th down and 4 is going to be, obviously, they're just running the clock down and punting it away. But again, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Definitely the preferred place we always recommend people for watching, listening is going to be over at YouTube. If you like audio content as well on the Giants, we do also go ahead and have, like I said, the audio podcast as well. It's available every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday morning at 5 a.m. It's basically the live show from the previous night. We put that up on audio. So you can always have a chance to watch things at night and you want to watch on your ride to work, whatever. You got that option as well. All right, so looks like we got just the second punt of the day by the Bucs. That itself is a very bad stat. Scary thing is, if you think about it, the Bucs, if I remember right, have been scoring 27 points a game. We haven't been getting that many extra points up to the Bucs compared to the average. So, just the Giants' offense having to get jammed and going, basically. At least to the second half, but it's already too late by the time you got to go. And then Dable's play calling screws up some of it. So, all right. Ooh, they get the stat 0-6 and home this year. Take that with your medium coke, guys. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. If I was y'all, I would not be sure. And I live in the Tampa area. I can't even go to any of the Giants games because of that. I very well may go to the Falcons game that's still up in the air, but if I do, it's because I'm doing it for the show. But if I was y'all, I would not go to any of the home games. I wouldn't, point blank. Wouldn't spend a single dime on this team as far as memorabilia till things change. I wouldn't do a thing like that personally. Now, if you want to spend money, you can also, of course, go to buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Spend money with us instead at that point. Support the show. As DeVito is almost getting sacked in the end zone here. Real quick, guys. We're going to, next commercial break, last year we'll do that. So yeah, DeVito though, 2nd and 15, he's on now after a false start and the first attempt for a first down, and then almost gets sacked in the end zone for a safety on the second there. So 2nd and 15. Here we go. Got time. Got people going out. Now he's chucking the ball down the field deep. Nowhere near receiver. Jalen Hyatt was the guy. Kalijah Cansey hit into DeVito. He's on the ground right now, guys, out of the back of the end zone. He's hurt. We'll find out if he's hurt or injured. You know the difference. Scary thing is, it's a camera guy behind him taking pictures. Might have to be that camera guy. You probably feel bad taking that picture. You got to feel bad. Drew Lock is warming up, by the way. They don't know what's going on. Offsides in the defense. So 5-yard penalty becomes 2nd down again. Kalijah Cansey got the call. He's the one who actually hit Tommy DeVito. Trying to watch the replay of it real quick there. Yeah. He just came right up the gut there. Yeah, nothing to see specific on the replay, but again, it's just a big guy hitting into you full steam. He's still on his knees, guys. Again, Drew Lock is warming up. It'd be interesting if Drew Lock ends up having to start this year. Now, keep in mind, if Drew Lock hypothetically gets injured, we do have Tim Boyle, the emergency quarterback, but DeVito wanted to go back into the huddle. He has to come out for the one play at least. That's the NFL rules. I think it's just sore rib. They're showing it again. I think it's just a sore rib. And it probably hurts like a freaking you know what, but Drew Lock comes in now. Like I said, interesting thing is we're talking about on the telecast even again, Drew Lock, the guy that a lot of people thought was going to be the guy here. And then instead he has to come in now and do something with nothing left basically time-wise to do anything of any actual importance, you know? Quick pass over to Tyrone Tracy. And yeah, DeVito is coming right back in, so that's good to see. Kind of thinks for Drew Lock. You probably, I'm gonna get some time. Nope, you're not. You're done. You're done again. But we'll see what happens there. I mean, Drew Lock might come in at some point if Tommy DeVito isn't too good. Give Drew Lock a shot towards the end of the year or something. I see Joe Shane in the booth by himself, by the way. Tommy DeVito gets sacked on 3rd and 7. Gets about a 2-yard loss, guys. So we got 4th down coming up. And he almost got out of it, DeVito did too. He just lost his balance a little bit there, and Antron Winfield Jr. is the one who just came in and sacked him. All right, so now we got the punt deep into the end zone there for Jamie Gillen. About halfway to the end zone. 4th and 9. Got his hammer. Does his thing as always. Nice deep one, but Palmer on the return. Going to get the ball about the 40-yard line there for the Bucs there. 3:25 left in the game. Now listen, this is what the Bucs are just going to run the ball, try to run the clock out the rest of the way, guys. That's all they're going to do. All right. Let's see if we get a commercial break and we go right back into it. Looks like he's going right back into it. But here we go. Let's see. Let's just end the monstrosity of this game already, guys. Time to end it. All right, so I expect run all over again, guys. I think they're just going to try to run the clock down. We'll see. Baker's in shotgun, but yep, he hands the ball off. Rashad White could have been a 3 yards. And that's what's going to be. Run, just get out of the building. No need to continue doing anything crazy. So 2nd and 7. And like I said, they're going to run the clock down, guys, basically. So expect this basically every single play. Got 16 seconds on the 15, 14 on the play clock. They're going to bring this down to the very end. This is the game. The name of the game now is to get out while you can. So 2nd and 7, here we go. And going to get about 4 or 5 yards on that. Got a 3rd down. Guys, we're going to pay the bills real quick while we're waiting for the next play.
Enjoying the show? Looking for more goofball action? Consider a membership at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Memberships start at just $5 and give you additional goofball access. One-time support payments also available starting at just $3. buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs.
All right, guys. And of course, as always, you can support the show by doing a super chat here on YouTube in the comments section there, or sending stars on Facebook, or you do the freeway. Just go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share button there. Let a friend know about this show here, guys. Again, we do live shows here every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we do game coverage as well. Play-by-play, some of them went ahead and did this one here for you guys, but that's a 50-50 proposition for us. But at the very least, we always do a post-game show the second the game is over. Again, Rob and I, my usual co-host, he'll be with me for that. We'll be on live directly after the game. So, like I said, look forward to that one there. We'll be, I'm sure, trashing pretty much everybody known to man. And then, of course, like I said, we're always available on the audio podcast the next day after our live programs as well. So, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, all the big ones there. So feel free to like and subscribe on all the platforms you want there, guys. So really does help us out there. And content creators in general, any content creators you like, because I'm guilty of myself. There's a lot I watch that I probably have not hit the like and subscribe on. Always do that. It helps us out big time, especially also on the on the thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Also is a good way of really pushing that as well. So tells basically YouTube to go ahead and push that to other people. So, all right, guys. So, yeah, again, this game's winding down. I think the post-game show, you'll see Rob and I probably doing a lot of bashing on this Joe Shane, Brian Dable combo in general. I know I'm least souring definitely on Dable at this point there. I don't want to speak for Rob, but I'm getting done real quick on this. We'll talk obviously about DeVito and his game. Obviously, second half a whole lot better than the first half there, but the second half we actually looked like an actual NFL offense for a little bit there. We'll definitely talk about we're talking about the Dable issues there. We'll talk definitely about the play calling issues, 4th and 1, the trick play on the 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Plays that had a difference. Had a difference of a possible 10 point swing difference on this game. Now, was that enough to win us the game? No. Of course not. But this is things you got to talk about there, because sometimes it's momentum. I've talked about this in prior ones there that were closer. Momentum is a big thing in the NFL. People underestimate the belief in momentum way too much sometimes. And we gave the momentum point playing to the Bucs with so much things we did. So much things we did, it's not even funny. So like I said, we'll get into all of that there. We'll get into also Malik Neighbors, I'm sure, because he kind of took over for a little while when this offense got everything rolling. Talk about, again, the Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy battle we talked about going into this. We got the 2 top rookie running backs in this game. Obviously, both of them showed up today. Bucky Irving will have the better stat line because of that one massive run he had there, which, again, so not knocking him when I say it that way, but it's a massive run that's going to definitely help pad the stats. He had 87 yards, and 50 of them were on one of them there. And then, of course, Tyrone Tracy with just 42 yards on that, but ended up about close to 50 yards there. We'll see if he gets a chance to do anything in the rest of the second half, but still not a bad game. By the way, they're showing Tom Moore, who's senior offensive assistant. I didn't even realize Tom Moore was still in the league. Damn. Tom Moore, wasn't he the offensive coordinator, I want to say, for the Colts in the Peyton Manning days? I'm looking it up to verify right now. Yeah, offensive coordinator for the Colts from 98 to 2008. I thought so. So, yeah, that is crazy. I didn't realize he was in the league that long. Apparently, he's an assistant head coach for the Cardinals back in the days of Bruce Arians there as well. So he's been, with the Bucs again since. They said 86 years old, still coaching. Good for him, man. Only hope that I have things I like that much in life that I want to do at that late in my life. It's pretty good. All right, so we got 1st and 10 coming up here. Giants have the ball, 1st and 10. We're going to get one more shot here with the ball. 1 minute, 11 seconds. Now, typically you would think they'd kind of play conservative. I think the Giants might not play so conservative just to give a chance to kind of have a scenario for DeVito. If there was something actually going on in this game, hypothetically, you give him a chance to kind of get an idea of having to run a quick offense in an actual game situation. And you got Singletary on the backfield, and that's it. You got 4 receivers out there. So, yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Let's see. Quick throw. Robinson going to get about 6-7 yards. Again, hurry up style offense they're going to do. That's a sensible move. 56 seconds. A lot of time going off this clock, guys. They're moving the ball. They're not moving as hurry as I thought they would. DeVito back there again. Do a quick throw at the Singletary. Going to do a little stutter step trying to get some extra yards. If this was an actual quick offense, that'd be the horrible move to do because you just take time off the clock for no reason. Giants call a timeout at 42 seconds. So, let's see here. So, showing the Bucs have an easy schedule the rest of the way. God damn. All right, come on, get back to the action. I'm at that point where it's like, just let the game over. Just let it go. Throw out the white flag. Let it go. 43 seconds. 1st and 10 here, guys. All right, Tracy gets the pass right about the 1st down spot there. So they give him the 1st down. So back to DeVito in the shotgun again. Again, throw the ball right at the middle again. This again to Tracy. And another 1st down, get about 11 yards in that one. Another timeout here potential. There we go. Yep. 16 seconds left. Again, guys, we'll have our post-game coverage here coming up with me and my usual co-host, Rob. That'll come up shortly right after the game is over. So keep an eye out for that there. Again, that will not be in this video. That'll go back to our page itself. You'll see that shortly. We're doing it one separate there. Connor says, this is really depressing. Even Dallas is winning. You can imagine what they're going to do to us next week. Oh, listen, at this point, nowhere to go but up, guys. You can't get depressed watching this because it's that bad. DeVito gets shotgun again. Toss the ball out to Tracy again. Checkdowns. They're taking the checkdowns that the Bucs are giving them. This is just garbage time. And we talk about Tracy later on. Yep. Kind of said that Dallas just scored a touchdown. Oh, what a week we're having. Yikes. All of a sudden, Cooper can play. Guess Daniel won't be going there. Listen, that's fine. Let Dallas win. Like, we should want Dallas to win. This is all about the Giants right now. This is not about the Cowboys and the Commanders. We want the Cowboys to win so the Giants don't have to compete against them for that top draft pick. So, shotgun formation again. DeVito chucking the ball, but got I think got hit. I'm not sure if it's a fumble or not. It's picked up by Tracy, who's running the ball afterwards. There's a flag in the play. Got to find out what the flag went there. Ref's trying to figure it out right now. 3 seconds left in the game, so does it really matter? Negativity. I can't help myself. Can't help it. Just exhausted from this team. It just mentally exhausted me. Okay, so conduct of incomplete pass. Roughing the passer. Okay, so they're giving the roughing the passer call to Chris Boswell, the outside linebacker from Braswell from Alabama. Remember, right? He's a rookie. Mid-round, I got D2 pick, remember, right? All right, so let's see. Now they're at 8 seconds. Just great. More reason for us to get to press. More time. 8 seconds. They got to think the Giants should take a shot or two in the end zone here. But I can't even get happy if they make it. So that's the problem. At the 14.5-yard line. Devito going for it. Yep, he's going right for that end zone. Way away from everybody there. Yeah. Kind of said, I don't care about position for the draft pick because I don't know if any of these quarterbacks are going to be great. I like 1 week fight, no matter who, what, to at least be in a game. Oh, I'm with you on that. I prefer that. I'm just trying to find a silver lining for you, Connor. That's all I can do at this point is try to find a silver lining. Because there's definitely not much silver lining to look at. But that's the only silver lining we got is that the Giants at least are helping the draft pick. So hopefully they help the future. Hopefully it works out in that regard. So we'll see. You know, because you watch the show all the time. You know I'm not that way. All right. DeVito back in second and 10 for the last play of the game, barring a penalty. And in and out of the end zone, guys. All right, that's over. Game is over. Giants and Bears, guys, 30-7. Appreciate you all for watching. Like I said, head on over to the channel itself. We'll be starting our live coverage of the post-game show just momentarily. Again, thank you, guys, and we'll see you guys.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm